What'd you do for St. Patty's Day?
No.
Nothing?
My son and I made a leprechaun trap that was shoddy at best. Nobody should hire me to build them a house because the stairs will fall off. We used boxes, a cat tree box, hot glue, and popsicle sticks, and some tissue paper. It was rough.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, other than that, we don't really do anything.
The other thing that.
I wore green, but did not get pinched. But, yeah, we did not do anything other than just
When I didn't.
It's leprechaun crap.
I'm not sure I'll never make that recipe again.
That might be my last leprechaun trap that I ever have to make.
Leprechaun trap.
I've made many leprechaun traps in my life.
Anybody come in and sketch?
Anybody,
No, no.
including you? How was that for an answer?
Yeah, so
Hi, Larry.
it figures.
We just need a recommendation from the cemetery board
Recommendation for what?
for a hire.
You're gonna have to go maintain that cemetery, or you're gonna have to hire somebody older than you, because you're pretty young. to Maintain that cemetery.
Have you lost something?
He has.
Hey, Larry,
Like,
I don't think I have.
Don't ask the guy that's lost. Really?
well, when you put it like that, I'll find somebody to.
Well, I thought that you guys had somebody.
You guys interviewed one and you.
You interviewed her.
Yeah,
She said she'd dig graves.
no, she said she'd maintain too.
You're talking about Jessica?
Yeah.
Yeah, except she has a full-time job. So you want her to work weekends and evenings, which is fine.
Well, I'd hate to see you on that mower.
That's good, because I don't want to be on there either.
Hmm.
Although I have a riding mower that I use around my work. And I haven't ran into the house yet.
What?
But I don't know
That you
if
can remember.
I don't know if I could dodge grave headstone.
Well, Cindy probably really appreciates you not hitting the house.
I think she does.
I'm getting you closer to the desk all the time.
Pretty lively over.
Pretty quick, you'll have a job.
Yeah, you've heard we're desperate on multiple fronts.
Goofy postal service, I've lost 2 newspapers, 2 bank statements,
Really?
3 bills.
I don't mind losing bills.
You lost them or they just never
They
came?
never come to the house. They never come to the mailbox.
Are you
That's
still
in-
in Ismay?
Yeah,
Is there still a post office in Ismay?
yeah, but they don't use it. They comes in and out of Platinum.
Oh, but it just has the zip code. Yeah, okay,
It's like Mildred.
yeah, Mildred, yeah. I was wondering about Mildred the other day because like on one side of the street, all the addresses say Fallon. And then on the other side of the street, all the addresses say Mildred. And for the life of me, I can't figure out why. But maybe it's because the one side of the street is the highway. So like on the railroad side,
340.
yeah, like the railroad side is Fallon. And then everything in like Mildred proper is Mildred maybe? I don't know.
It all goes out on the same carrier.
There's not enough people that are worried about it.
Yeah, not really. Well, I'm doing elections.
One. Is there 2 people there?
There's, I was gonna say, I would guess more like 7 or so.
In Mildred?
It has a Mildred address. So like, you know, Russell Holt, who's running for the.
Yeah, well, that's one.
Well, yeah, but then there's other people there too.
Like who?
I'll have to look. I'll look for you.
I've been to Mildred. There's nobody living there.
I did census there in 20 and there was 6 or 7 people I had to find.
Really? Did you find them? Were
Or I
they,
found
were they
them.
all dead?
No, I found them or I found
She
them.
found them in the ground. Is that what you meant?
Yes,
Yes.
there's nobody lives there but Russell.
Across the street, there's a Greek,
That lady's gone,
oh, is she?
yeah,
Oh, I
I'm
think that
told.
was one of the ladies that I was talking about too. Like when you first come into town?
yeah, on the right hand side.
Yeah,
Little
that
white
was one of the
picket
ladies I was
fence.
thinking of.
Used to have indoor, outdoor covered for grass,
Yep,
and she's not there.
How
That's what I'm thinking.
ingenious.
Yeah, right?
I thought so, yeah. I thought I'd try that, I wouldn't have to mow it,
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
wouldn't have to
you
walk.
don't have to water it either.
No.
Cindy was said, oh, that's my honey.
I think-
If it's not green enough, you just need a little spray paint. It'll be fine.
You
Sounds
mark
like-
your own goal lines.
Yeah.
You just gotta
You guys are so helpful.
set the goals.
That's what we strive for, being helpful.
Big, yeah,
That's
yeah,
always been my
I can
motto.
tell.
Helpful as hell.
Yeah.
Well, we've learned from you over the years. We've listened to our elders.
Well, it's about time.
That felt a little rude.
Took you long
Did
enough
listen to
to,
your elders.
took you long enough, didn't it, Larry? Got no respect till the last
Yeah.
6 months.
Been working on the commissioners for years and years and years, and now they're gonna listen to me?
2 out of 3, what can you?
Yeah, yeah, right. Then we'll get that third one, will I?
Nope,
No. See how you are?
yep,
Yep,
I strive to please
yeah, I'm sure you do.
somebody.
Yeah, I wonder who that would be.
He's gone.
Yeah. Unfortunately. So Dennis, are you looking for something or are you just wasting time?
I am wasting time.
He's doing my job.
Oh, okay.
He's looking at receipts in the claims book. It would be more helpful if you knew how to read, but
Yeah, right.
It'd be right.
Well, I know the feeling. I like pictures.
yeah.
How far is the water in Fallon?
Why is it the
I
water?
work it in as many times as I can.
Oh, 30 feet,
That's your whole job.
20 feet, 30 feet.
Just accusing people of being illiterate. Yep, that's my entire job.
You can go deep.
Specifically, that.
Well, no,
Would you
just
suggest?
on commissioner days, just.
No, it's just like hard water and Terry.
I'm razzing Dennis.
Terry's water is only 20 feet.
Finding all
It's
the
hard
time.
water.
Yes. Artesian down there is like 800.
Not just because of me,
She's
but
even
I
very
work very
same.
hard to make sure everything is on the up and up.
You better go for hard water.
You see something off, you,
Okay,
And yes, are you gonna drill a well?
If there's something that's off,
contemplating.
I
Well, you have to
rotate
witch it.
and then I.
If you don't
reach out
witch it,
to
you're
my
gonna
equipment
miss.
That is. and
Fallon
if
is one of the
it's
few
still-
I put
towns
that
that
check, that you had a little sticky.
I would say you witch it first.
And then if there's still a problem.
Get your willow stick
Then
out.
I bring it to the commissioners.
You do it?
No, it doesn't work for me.
It doesn't happen
Used to
very
work for
often.
Roberts.
Usually,
Yeah, I've seen
I
Robert
get a
do it
receipt
once.
with the
to do
claim
it.
sheet,
Yeah.
so.
Once-
He always did it
Easy
before
to
he
do.
had Clell
It's easy
dig
to
away.
do.
Like,
But in Fallon, you wanna do that because the water runs in like trough. And if you get a trough that doesn't have water in it,
well,
you wasted.
yeah, the
drilling
claim,
effort
the
there.
receipt goes with the claim.
Well, do you
so
drill or do you
if stuff on the
sand
claim
point?
sheet doesn't match. the
Sand
receipt,
points.
It doesn't get paid.
I put sand points down there, but you always wanna switch it first.
What's it cost
It's
What's
correct.
that?
to put a sand point in?
Well, I don't have
How
that.
much? You just won't pay.
I'm talking about
Yeah.
probably $1,000. Talk to Marshall.
you're the treasurer,
No,
We're done.
deputy clerk or recorder. So in our county,
That's
the
good.
treasurer handles money coming in, so their revenue, and then the clerk or recorder's office is expenditures. So we're gonna go
I
out.
see what I'm doing.
And,
There's 2
our
spots.
clerk
Okay,
is generally busy with more big time stuff, so claims just gets passed on.
She's important, the whole operation, the outfit.
I'm like one of the best at doing paperwork, like in the entire county. And so, yes, I'm very important.
Make sure it's correct.
Yes, everything has to be correct. Everything has to be filed, everything. Yes.
They need one literate person.
Yes, yes, we have at least one. So, I mean, we're fine.
We even pay her.
Yeah, you guys pay me. Yeah,
That would be nice,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, I mean, you too could get paid if you come here every dang day and give your entire soul.
Well,
Yeah,
Larry,
That is.
It's a requirement, yeah.
Larry and I would like to come and give you our quick wit and retort. Get paid and go have coffee. That would be something we'd like to do.
Yeah, we can handle that.
Sure.
Mhm. Yeah, you guys can work that out, but I'm not gonna pay it out of county money. I'm just saying.
Why not? It's not your money.
It is my money.
She has a rule against going to jail for things.
I do. Harry listens to me. Harry's the only one who listens.
You do?
Yep. I'm not going to jail for anybody. I told Harry, I told the commissioners, and
Yeah.
it's not happening. I'm not going to jail.
She's
Yeah.
not flexible at all about it.
Mhm.
No,
We
I
had
see
this
that.
conversation.
Mhm.
Pretty stubborn.
Yeah,
Of course, she's a lady, what can I say?
very true. I am very
Did
stubborn.
I get any response?
Am I listening?
You just wasted a good
I
line.
did, didn't I?
You really wasted it.
Yeah.
Yep.
He expects me to listen to him all the time he's talking. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wah, 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 wah.
I know.
Yeah.
Kinda like Homer Simpson with the nuclear plant when they're telling him directions and all he can hear is wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or peanuts.
Yeah, peanuts.
Yeah, Pete.
Okay, so I do have an ARM 88 today. So the only thing that we have is, old birth and death certificate request forms. So these do,
Request forms?
yeah, so like this one, somebody requested a death certificate
Oh, I got
on
it.
March 30th of 2023. So like the request form, we're required to keep it on hand, for 3 years, and then we can get rid of them. So we're getting rid of a pile of them that have hit 3 years. That says March 30th, so I better take that one off the top.
So you have to have them fill out a form if they ask for a death and birth.
Yeah, of course.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yep, because only certain people can get a birth certificate, and anybody can get a death certificate, but they have to prove who they are.
No.
They don't have to prove a
Prove it.
relation, they just have to ID themselves.
Yeah, because death certificates are public, period. Birth certificates are less public. Cause like you have to be related to someone in a specific way to request somebody's birth certificate. But you don't have to be related to somebody to get a death certificate. But the court does have the ability to seal them, like that's what happened when Bob Saget died down in Florida. They sealed his death certificate because they didn't want a bunch of looky-loos and people just digging in his private business for no reason. But that doesn't happen very often, so almost all of every death certificate we have is public.
There's two.
When they make that request, you have to have a photo ID or any of that stuff.
Yeah, it's the same requirements almost as like the ones that we take when we get an I-9. Like, if you look at the front of this right here, it says you either need one from this list or two from these lists. And that's why we fill out this information down here is we're verifying, yes, we did check that this person is who they say they are. And we date and fill all of that in and stuff. And that's part of what we're throwing away is, or shredding, because they have PII on them. So they're gonna be shredded. But the copies of the licenses are in here as well. That's why we're.
Yeah, that's, you got
Right.
it on.
Yep. So that's what this is. You can see. Oh, Lainey didn't put birth and death, but one of the lines is birth, one of the lines is death. One's a 1/4 of an inch, one's an 1/8 of an inch, and we're gonna shred all of them. I'll probably hang on to this one that's 3/30/23 until the 31st, and then I'll shred this one too. But we'll shred the rest of these like today.
You signed down here, right?
You guys sign right here because you guys are the authority giving me, so right by there, Todd, is where you guys sign.
You guys usually make a motion for these two.
Yes, they do.
I
make a
make a motion that we sign them
RM 88.
for the clerk and recorder.
For death and birth certificate
I was
request.
looking to see what it said.
Yeah.
Records retentions.
Yeah, records retention, yeah.
You get a second?
Second,
Thank you, Larry.
All in favor, say aye.
I,
Aye.
Motion passes.
Just gives me something to do.
Yeah, you got typing to do. Okay, that looks good to me, and I just need one signature for these. And the rest is for me to fill out, so thank you guys for your time. That's all I have.
thanks, Larry.
Yes, thank you. Did you get the book?
Yes.
Okay,
Thank you.
perfect, yes.
We asked Larry to come in. Cemetery board. We need to get after somebody out there taking
Did you-
care of things.
did you wanna recommend Jessica to us so we can approve her?
Well, she's, yeah, except she does have a full-time job. And I think we need.
So my understanding is the full-time job for the caretaker
Yeah,
starts on April 1.
yeah. In the spring, because there's nothing going on out there now. But Jessica is digging, if we have a grave to dig, she will dig that for us. And I don't have any idea who would want the cemetery job. Couple of old guys talked about it earlier,
Didn't Jessica
not quite
put,
as old as me though,
Jessica put an application in for it?
not that I know of.
I was under the impression she had.
Well, if she did, she'd probably get the job, but she has a full-time job. She works for the state of Montana Highway Department.
No, she does, but Dale said she'd come in and apply for that full-time position. I think she'll do it on weekends and.
Oh,
after
okay,
work and-
I guess if it could get done on weekends and evenings. That would work, then.
See, we got Jessica's.
However, I think we better advertise it or we're gonna get into trouble here.
Well, didn't we
I
advertise it?
don't think we did we?
You advertised it at the same time you advertised the other position.
For the.
Oh, okay, well, then we're covered then. Don't want you guys get in trouble.
Yeah, I've got her phone number.
We do enough of that at home, just all.
I'm not sure which one it is.
Without help.
We don't need to walk down Main Street looking for it.
Is it a 637 number?
No,
The
the
leaders, no,
853 and a 939.
they're both cell numbers.
939 is probably her personal.
Did you want to try calling her?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, if she'd take the job, she'd be a good person.
well, I think there was some comment made about having a couple of uncles help her out if need be.
Well, see, that's what's golden with her. Old Les has been around that place.
Yeah, he has.
He could help her
Oh, yeah.
any way.
And he would too.
He's got such good heart.
That's good.
Hello?
Hello, Jessica.
Yeah?
Todd Devlin, and you're on, speakerphone with the commissioners.
No, how are you today?
Good. Hey, did you want, did you apply and did you want the caretaker position at the cemetery? Not.
I did.
You did?
Yep.
Okay. But you got the job.
Oh, okay. I did notice, I kind of went and looked at the last one and then you guys just kind of skipped by it. So I was wondering, I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe, but
We got lost.
Yeah, we got a
Oh,
little
well,
lost in our
it's okay.
paperwork.
do know that, we should probably, like, I don't know when those guys meet, but we should probably have a few meetings, cause there's quite a few things that need to be done out at the cemetery, and I mean, I can't make those decisions.
Well, you've got,
So-
Larry's here, Larry, Mr. Bond is here.
Yeah, don't forget
Oh.
the mister.
Okay, well, I mean, in general, we should probably have a meeting, cause there's quite a few things that need to be done out there.
Okay,
I don't know.
I can,
Just
Jessica, I can
pass
call
it
you.
on, Larry, I know Shan's
Can you
probably
hear
up
me?
for it, and Larry, and I don't know when, Darlene will be back, so. But there's not a lot of stuff to work with out there, so we need to have some sort of direction on where, you know, like, what
Just-
my beginning portion of the job looks like, cause there's a lot of work that needs to be done, so.
I'll try to get a board meeting going, Jessica.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you, I appreciate it.
Okay,
all
thank
right,
you.
Yeah,
thanks.
just let me know when you're gonna have it, and I'll try to,
Yeah.
I'll be there.
yes, you need to stop and talk to Sherry at the courthouse about paperwork.
Okay, sounds good. I'm in Miles City right now, but I'll swing in tomorrow.
Thank you.
I got some stuff for him anyway, so, nope, thank you. You guys have a good
Okay.
day.
Yeah, you too.
You guys need to do any formal motion or anything, or is that good enough?
You guys do the hiring.
I would make a motion that we hire Jessica Thomason for caretaker of the cemetery.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Uh,
Okay, we made a motion after the fact, so I guess it's all good.
Is that all legal?
Probably not.
Used to be,
It's legal. Who's gonna question it?
don't take me there.
I did make a note that you guys were discussing this as old business from the last agenda, since it was skipped on the last agenda.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll put it.
well,
on.
it is old business. It was on the agenda.
Yeah.
It was on the old,
Why don't we have that on this new agenda?
because it wasn't caught till, I wasn't told about it till yesterday, so
Oh, okay.
I couldn't bring it up until today.
But I'm wondering why we don't post those old things on here like we used to do.
Oh, I see what you're saying, the old business
The
section.
old business, because we had line items for those items.
Well, I thought we had pretty good format, but I don't know.
I liked it a lot better than this one.
Me too,
Well, let's go back to the old way of doing it.
okay? You go right up there and tell them.
I will do that.
You don't dare open your mouth around here, they give you a job.
Not always. Sometimes they take them away.
Oh. You still have coffee at 10 or 10:30 in the morning, every morning?
Normally we do.
Cause I was gonna just drive out and have coffee one day.
You should do that.
And then I wanted to make sure you were even gonna be there to have coffee.
Well, if it's on a weekend, if it's on Saturday, Louver usually brings Molly out and they have coffee.
Oh.
And then Sundays we're gone most of the day.
But Monday through Friday,
Monday through Friday, generally we have coffee.
10 o'clock?
10 o'clock.
How's that work with the firemen?
Well, see, now we're getting ready to, we get some equipment we're going through and the weather.
They're having to go back to work.
They
Yeah.
might have to go to work.
Well, as soon as this
I have
dries
to have
out,
coffee by myself out there.
Well, Rita probably help you.
Rita would help.
burn tooting as many times as you've rescued us, we'd have to rescue you. Larry, before he retired and started living in the lap of luxury, Larry was,
Every holiday season, we were out there.
he was a
Paul,
water well
he
jersey.
didn't
They went
retire,
and
he
took care of
got
water
tired.
wells, and it seemed like,
That too.
it seemed like about 3 years in a row that every holiday, like if it was Christmas or Thanksgiving or New Year's, the water would just
Yeah.
quit, or we would have brown water. Remember, we had to put a packer in there. I mean, just the disaster struck, and
Disaster,
and Larry'd come out and take a peek at it, and he'd always get us back. Water's kind of important to have in the house.
yeah.
So Sherry, I told her about Jessica and they looked up the the post that they made for the position. Then it'd be 19 an hour for that position. So she said we should make a note in the minutes as well as, so you guys might have to amend your motion to include it.
I'd make the motion to include that wage.
Paul, Larry and I share great grandchildren.
How does that work? Your kids,
Very well,
your kids marry each other?
yeah.
They even tolerate us.
Well, you know, me more than.
I get a lot of head shakes in my corner.
Christine, do you wanna second the motion to?
Sure, why not?
Are you a plumbing expert, Larry?
What's that?
Are you
Well-
a plumbing expert?
Well, not really, but I bluffed my way through.
But he can do it and it sticks.
Well driller.
Well, expert.
Give a sick friend well water. That's my motto.
Is that Trevor that works in John Deere?
Yes,
Yep.
yes, it is, yeah.
He
That's
does a
my,
very good job down there.
he does a real good job.
Mechanic.
No, he's a
No.
head parts man
Oh, he's at the desk.
at John Deere,
Ah,
yeah,
you can tell how long it's been since I've been to John Deere.
yeah. We never have to go to John Deere because they don't break down. That's why you buy them.
You
Wow, cough sputter. Did I detect a little skepticism there?
My 4230 spent a lot of time at their hospital.
He does a good job finding parts and getting.
He
parts.
does, yeah.
Sure he does.
He enjoys it. If he wasn't farming, that's the next best thing, working with John Deere. So he likes it.
Does he wanna go farming someday? Is that what he wants to do?
Oh, he'd love to go farming. You wanna give him 100 acres, he'd be right out.
He tills up a backyard and plants potatoes.
Yes, he does.
I've seen Jeff in
He had to downsize a little. One year he had a whole, I don't know, 2 or 3 pickup loads of potatoes.
Jeff and Silas on that potato. farm.
Yeah.
They go to town on it.
He's got like a 4-row potato digger or?
I think it's a 4 or a
Yeah.
5.
So up and back, you're done.
Yeah, don't take long.
No,
Is she working?
what's that?
Does she work?
No,
Out of
she's home with the baby. They got a 9-month-old, I think.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Good deal.
They don't stay baby very long, do they?
No, they don't.
No, we got one that has a birthday tomorrow,
Yeah, that's right.
6 years old.
Yeah. Going out on Sunday, I think, aren't we?
I haven't been informed.
Well, you're gonna get the word.
Depends upon the weather,
Well, true.
whether I can get down.
What's the
the
weather
hill.
gonna be Sunday?
Public comment.
Is that their oldest street? I think it's.
Is this all public? This is
So
all stuff I
Sunday
can
was
send
like
across.
52.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit,
It's- All our
a
meetings.
little bit cooler, but still good.
As long as it don't rain or snow, I can get down the hill.
Yeah. Are you gonna move out of the Cabin Creek country?
And that's.
Not
the
full time.
Why not?
I like it.
No, you don't.
Nobody bothers,
Out there by yourself.
Kind of like that.
nobody bothers me.
Nobody would bother you if he was living in
Smart device. Copy
Devon's yard either.
everything everybody says.
I'd be out of
Transmits it back to.
district
No,
Yeah,
you don't ever know about that, do you?
When's your term up?
this year.
Well, there you go.
I
You gonna run again?
I refiled.
You did?
I'm gonna run against Harry.
Well. I'd
Friendly
say it. I could say it, but I'm not gonna. Keep my mouth shut.
That's the first.
That's what I was saying.
Harry, you haven't been around long enough to take shots like that.
Oh, I don't know.
I do know.
You know, if you ran for my position and then there could be relatives on both ends of the table and Todd right in the middle.
I went.
Larry and I have solved more world issues pulling a well than
Isn't
anybody.
that the
I'm
truth?
not worried about the
We have-
world issues.
we have solved-
Get me.
We solved all the issues.
All those issues, yeah.
Nobody listened to it.
No, kind of like now.
I thought we got them solved at the dinner table.
Well, we tried.
We used to have, everybody at dinner used to have their time
Yeah,
to speak there.
yeah.
So Susan kept getting interrupted, so we had to put a timer. Had a timer on.
That worked.
It worked real well for Susan. Edward would interrupt, he couldn't keep his mouth shut, and he'd interrupt Susan in the middle of the deal, and she just could turn it over there and set it back to 5 minutes.
That would work, wouldn't it? Oh, shoot.
Tough on the learning.
Oh, his learning curve.
Did he ever come home?
From where?
I don't know, he left after you guys got back from Italy. He went to Colorado.
He went to Colorado, and then he went to Jackson Hole, not Jackson, he went to West Yellowstone for a wedding. Then he went from there back to the Bakken to go well, and he's been over there for about a week or two.
He hadn't been home yet.
He's in the Bakken well.
Henry's turn to be home.
If you ever want an experience before you go on to the next life, go drive motorcycles in Rome.
I'm not a motorcycle person even in America.
I looked it up on AI.
They drive
I
it just on the
said, how many
street.
motorcycles? 400,000 motorcycles in Rome. 400,000.
And they had two of them.
Do they drive on the same side of the street as we do?
No, they drive wherever they want.
Oh, one of
The
those.
motorcycles goes down the middle of the road.
Oncoming traffic on a 2-lane,
Yeah,
the motorcycles will take the middle.
they do,
Yeah, and everybody gives them room.
huh?
I didn't see any dead bodies or
Didn't see
anything.
any dead bodies.
Any crippled
Of course,
motorcycles.
I was too busy driving.
Was you riding the bike?
Yeah,
You were? Geez, you're adventurous, I'll say that for you.
I had an 1100 Ducati.
Hmm,
It was pretty soupy.
yeah, I would bet. I've never been much of a fan of motorcycles.
They scare me to death,
I kinda like four wheels.
like my feet on the ground.
Well, we don't wanna walk, we wanna ride.
You could have dragged your feet on the motorcycle.
Yeah, you could.
I have. They're hard to pick up.
So who's the young guy that's here?
That's my
Paul
grandson.
Teskey.
That is your grandson, I thought maybe.
The
He's
height,
just-
the
he's-
height, we're both slim, good looking guys. I mean.
Yeah. How the hell could you miss that?
One out of how many?
I got the good looking part of it. That's the end of it though.
You think so?
Tall and slim don't cover.
We're petite.
Your hair pulled the same way, you got a lot of the same features.
It's like looking in the mirror.
Oh, dread.
An old mirror.
Yeah, you're making points now, let me tell you. Well, we got the cemetery business all handled, huh? Yes, no, maybe?
I
Yes,
think so. Thank you for coming in, Larry.
I enjoyed it.
what are you doing these days?
Very little. I really work at having coffee.
He was looking for coffee stop here earlier.
Yeah,
You and Stan just make the rounds begging for coffee.
no, just
Coffee
me.
refill.
Stan just happened to be over.
You used to traveling with you, can't like to have it.
Well, true, that is. I go to the hotel in the morning and Legion in the afternoon.
Thank you.
Did you need a pen, Paul?
Got one.
Yeah, you want?
Writing down my public comment. I'll save it for 3 PM.
Huh?
See you guys.
See ya.
Yeah,
Come
Thank
back,
you.
come back when you can stay longer.
Well, I could.
Harry, Larry, I'll give you a buzz when I know for sure. I know we're getting equipment ready, but we'll have you out for coffee and
Okay.
laugh and giggle a little bit.
what do you say a hard water well would cost?
1,000. That's for 30-foot sand point.
You know, I put a sand point down in a house in town.
Oh, did you?
I took a 21-foot, an 18-footer. Took an 18-foot pipe and I took a union. I took the one half of the union and ground it down so that it protected the threads on top. And I just stood up on a ladder and went to pounding.
I helped Jeff put one in out
And
at
it was
Chrysler's.
about 45 minutes, I was done.
Wow.
You use post pounder or?
Yeah,
what?
it's post pounder. I get about an inch of the wide,
Inch of the whack, huh?
yeah, half inch.
Mm.
That's pretty sandy ground. And we weren't
But
getting
you-
that good.
There was places where you'd get, you know, a couple inches when
Yeah.
you slammed it. But yeah, I just put a sand point in and I had over 20 gallon a minute. It's done.
Did you keep screwing pipes on as you went in?
No, I just had one pipe and got up. It was an old well that they drilled and it had casing, so I could go down
Oh.
about 10 feet.
Oh, you
So-
went down through the old casing.
That's a
Uh-huh.
good idea. I've got one in the back that I was trying to figure out how I could make it work. That might work.
And if it's 30-foot deep.
Yeah, get yourself a sand point. Pound her down. The only thing is protecting your threads on top. You gotta find an old union. Use the one side and grind it down so your post pounder fits on top.
Yeah, that might work. There's one out back that we've been
And a
trying to
20
figure out how to get water out of it.
Mhm.
There's no water in it. I'd have to go down and pass whatever junk there is there. Down inside the well.
Is it covered so it's protected?
It wasn't. There's just an
Probably
open
full of-
pipe about that big around.
Yeah. Casing.
We dropped a string down there and it goes down, I don't know, at least 20 feet before it hits anything, so.
Is it inside the building?
No, it's out by our chicken coop out back.
Oh.
And all it is a casing that's about yay high off the ground or so.
About 2 foot, 3 foot off the ground.
Yep.
Probably have pump jack on
Good. I thought about putting water down in there and then trying to do something like what Todd was just saying. See if I can get down past the junk in there and open it back up so we could have water out there. That would be
it. Yeah.
handy. Cause the only
Okay.
water we have comes from the house right now, so.
How deep is that well?
I don't know.
You don't have any well information on
No. I don't. I
You
should have
didn't
one of the
have
three
one
people
that wasn't
there in the west.
it? If you get on, what is that DNRC site?
It's only if they registered the
Yeah.
home.
If it was drilled, it's usually registered. But if it's sand point, sometimes they didn't register them.
Yeah, on the standpoint, she did water wells, we have water records on all our wells. From 31. Oldest drilled well. 1931.
Well,
I think our oldest well is 49, 48, something like that.
I don't even know what it would be called because it doesn't go by address or anything on here. When you go to look it up underneath the well information search.
Township range and section.
That's the field's interesting. Operator, well name, well type, status, field. Elevator,
Elevation.
LGR and DK. Unless it's not their thing. Says well search though.
You have an early name?
No, I'd have to go look at the title paperwork and see if there's something on there maybe.
Did you look up Fallon?
Oh,
because
there is another way you could do it.
they usually go to area too,
No,
or,
you can do township and range in a different section, so I'll have to see what those are.
Is it in town, it might be under Fallon and be under the block.
Isn't that amazing, that AI though? I asked it about grazing rotation systems the other day. And it gave me a grazing rotation system for deferred rotation.
Deferred rotation,
Mhm.
I'll be darned. Huh,
They kept wanting to go back to rest rotation. I kept saying, no, we want it deferred. Okay, but
what's the difference?
rest rotation is
You leave one,
leave one completely without grazing for a year.
yeah, deferred is just,
See different seasons graze. Which they're coming to find out is better.
we're having hell getting our range con to even consider anything besides the calendar.
That is the stupidest thing.
do they come out and look?
She doesn't know where it's the hole in the ground. Uh-huh,
Yeah.
well, I didn't say it up.
Okay.
Find something?
Well, I found the township and stuff.
So you figured you had a bad bull last
I'm not
year
gonna
or
ask
something?
them, looked it up.
Yeah, they tested it going in, but something happened during the season.
You test him again.
I was wondering if
test
it
him again.
being this Fallon, it might be under a certain found or a
Only
certain
once.
addition or,
This guy down by Broadus one time got so busy, he forgot to turn on his bulls.
Oh, no.
And I thought, my goodness, no, that's busy. Cause them bulls have been good. He must have some good fences.
Yeah. Yeah, when they smell that across the fence, they're crossing the fence.
when the time comes, they generally know where they're supposed to be,
Mm.
whether you want them there or not.
Well, usually the way they get through a fence is they find one of their buddies walking close to the fence and then they put him through the fence and then they don't have to worry about the electric.
You know, what we found in the past is we've had hunters come, leave gates open. And then
The bull finds the gate,
the neighbor's bull comes through and we don't know he's there until we see him.
a week
Or a couple
later,
of them.
a week later,
Oh, this year, well, yeah, however long, I don't know, but I think.
long enough to where you've got early cabins scheduled.
We had the neighbor's bulls in there for a while, so I don't know what that's gonna look like. But the fence wasn't down, nothing's down, but bulls were there. It had to have been a gate left open.
Plumbing and electrical is good vocation.
Is that
Yeah,
what
It
you,
really is. It really is. Something, I wired my house basement. I did all the new rewiring in my house in Miles City. I kind of enjoy it.
Yeah, plumbing is pretty easy. I already know like all the residential stuff for that. And for electrical, it still seems simple enough, just working residential. I'd probably stick to that and then start my own business after I get the license.
Mhm.
Are you
Commercial.
still required to do an apprenticeship?
No, you can just get hired on as a trainee. You just need to pay a fee and get your trainee card. And then you need like 4,000 hours for residential before you can take the test.
So it's basically 2 years.
Yeah,
Yeah, full time, that's what I would be.
yeah, not too bad, but usually you can find bad employers that don't want to train you. They just want you to do the grunt work and
Mhm.
not really help you get
Yeah,
the
you-
knowledge.
Yeah, you
So
gotta
you
get
have
out.
to, yeah, it's kind of competitive in that sense. There's so many guys wanting to go into electrical now.
Well, governor fixed it where a registered electrician can train 2 students now instead of just 1. Is that right?
That's good. Yeah, I assume so. Yeah, you just have to be supervised. So you can be like working on your own, I'd imagine, as long as a licensed person.
I thought you guys having a meeting.
We're meeting. You wanna come meet with us?
Huh?
You wanna come meet with us? See how you are? Gary Hawkins.
Used to be our neighbor.
Farmer?
And they rancher, they didn't do much farming, mostly ranching. They bordered us for about one, two,
Is that where Michael is? Is
3, 4, yeah, 4 miles.
that where Michael is?
Yeah,
Yeah. On the Coal Rock,
no. On the Capitol.
Cap Rock, yeah. No. Julie's on the Coal Rock. Have you seen her lately?
I have not seen Julie for a long time. You know, she won a big lottery.
That could be trouble.
And she's remarried. I have not met her new husband or anything.
I missed that part. When'd she do that?
At least a year ago.
I'll be darned. I usually keep a track of her when I see Dixie
Dixie.
Lee,
Oh,
Chris's old girlfriend. She lives in Billings and Julie used to
I
call.
just heard something the other day that shot me. Mary Ogdahl died.
Hmm.
Didn't even see an obituary.
I read an interesting article about people that win lotteries. We lived in Seattle. We moved there, and 10 years later, the Seattle Times followed up on all the lotto winners in the state. And 10 years after that you've won $1 million or more in that lottery in that state, that 60% of the people file for bankruptcy.
That doesn't surprise me.
Because what they didn't understand is how small it was. They'd buy a house on house payments and then could make the payments because they run out of that money. They quit working, they quit doing things. They bought cars, they just spent the money. And then there was no replenishment.
I think that's pretty normal.
I would bet if you split the population for those that buy lottery tickets and those that don't, that the ones that don't buy lottery tickets are financially in better shape and have better jobs than those that do buy lottery tickets.
I would probably agree with you. I think
Definitely.
I would think if you were good with money before you won the lottery, you'd probably be good without afterwards, but if you were bad before you won the lottery, you're gonna be.
Yeah, it's not gonna make no difference, is it?
do lotteries, but these ones, when they get into the
Millions or billions.
$1 billion. And then you wonder, can a guy go through that? It's like, cause I keep going back, that 60%, is he in that 60% where,
Let's put it this way, it would take you 3 years to go through $1 million if you spent $1,000 a day.
Yeah.
It would take you 3,000 years to go through $1 billion at $1,000 a day.
yeah, at
You
1,000.
know, I think that sounds
Yeah,
like a
but
challenge.
being-
I need the money so I can see if I can get it done.
Being a rancher or a farmer, that'd be easy to do.
I don't think, yeah, I don't know how a guy can get it done.
You'd have to buy lots of property.
You'd have to spend more than 1,000 a day.
$100 million yacht, plus maintenance costs, you'd burn through it all.
You'd have to spend 100,000.
In eastern Montana, at that. I got a sailboat over here, you want?
Yeah, I was just gonna say
You'd
that,
have to spend $1 million a day.
Put it in the lake.
Lake
you know, most
Sacramento.
people, the cheapest thing you do is on a sailboat is
Leave
buying.
my boat out of this.
When you buy a boat, the cheapest part is usually the buying it, cause the maintenance and all that stuff.
Is that your boat that sits over here?
No, that's his old boat. He
Well,
bought
okay.
That's not true with Todd, cause he bought a sailboat and he parked it at his house and he doesn't have a lake. We
Clark,
kept threatening to take it out on Fort Peck, but never got there.
Clark's
And you sold
Reservoir
it.
doesn't
Yeah,
count.
so
You just drive the truck and he'll stand in the boat and it'll feel like he's on a lake.
there you go. And safer too. Nobody wanted to take the maiden voyage with me.
You never asked me.
That's true. I didn't.
I like to swim.
Well, that boat had been around the world. The guys had taken that boat around the world. So open waters. It's a pretty good boat. But a very small boat for the Pacific Ocean, I can tell you that. Guys, people have no idea what we're talking for massive water. When you're at 30,000 feet going to Hawaii, you look down and you can see the waves. Those are big waves.
Yeah. I don't think I'd wanna be a bobber out there.
You'd float, you're buoyant.
I guess I would, wouldn't I? What was that show on TV a long time ago with the shark?
Jaws,
Jaws would be out there.
I think we need a bigger boat, that's what he says. I think we need a bigger boat.
How many people usually show up for the 3 o'clock?
Depends,
0 or 70?
yeah, that'll pretty much.
Depends on what the active discussion is all about.
Gotcha.
Here lately, there's been quite a few.
The wind project.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Not sure shock about Danes.
What do you think about that?
Well, I think,
Was that calculated?
I think him and his wife sat down and he says, you know, I think I want to spend more time with my family. I think it was about as simple as that.
He's the one that withdrew right at the last minute.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Well, I heard he withdrew within 10 minutes of it ending and the other guy applied within the last 10 minutes of it ending, so it seems not coincidental.
not coincidental, but there was the reason for Danes, and I think was pretty simple. I think he just said, you know, Danes will be about 60 years old. Maybe a little older. I think he just decided he wanted to go see his grandkids. Got 2 terms in, get a good retirement out of it.
I don't know, it's a little suspicious to me.
Aaron Flint's the guy that filed.
Filed, yeah, he was the guy that was on Voices of
Well, he
Montana.
filed on the Zinke seat though.
Kurt Olney filed on,
Oh, Almy, that's right, Almy, Kurt Almy. Who used to be the budget guy for,
Was it only a US attorney?
he could.
Yeah, I think he was. I think you're right.
he's Bill's boy, isn't
Almy was in the governor's office.
Well, Danes used to work for Giaforte when he had his
Mhm.
business in both. I got to know Steve when I ran for the Senate in 2012. He was running for the House. Danny Reberg was exiting the House and trying to go to the Senate. And Dane seemed pretty interested in just making a career out of either the House or Senate. He didn't go beyond the House. And I think he won that year, didn't he? I think he did. He always talked about his wife Cindy. He didn't get to meet her until he was talking about her in February and March because he'd hit all these Lincoln Day dinners. And I didn't get to meet her until I think right after June primaries or maybe just a little after that.
They were talking, I saw a deal the other day, they were talking about the advantages of the United States on producing products. And they say our biggest advantage over other countries is one thing that other countries don't have. And that's well-situated rivers and lakes for shipping. That we're one of the few countries, if only country, that goes to that has a river that flows right down the middle of it, that's got navigable rivers on both sides and you go into it. Mississippi River, and then on the East Coast, we got piles of it in there. And our transportation system with barges and stuff is nothing like it in any other country. And it cheapens up our transportation so much that transportation is where we make the difference.
Well, they spend a lot of money on that, hurry to keep it where it needs to be. Those barges running up and down there.
Hey, Harold.
Are you ready?
Come on in, come on up.
I'm staying back here.
Harold, how's it been?
Hi.
Busy?
Here.
Yeah, for a minute.
This warm weather, you guys got no excuse for staying in the house.
It has been pretty nice lately, hasn't it?
If you're not on
I'm in a
working
commissioner.
Yeah, when you got
Oh.
equipment that's too big to get in the shop, it's kind of nice to be outside when it's 60 degrees and working on it.
You take a winter like, a warm winter like this, guys should have all this work done.
There's the sheriff here.
Well, we got the secretary and the chairman already up there.
Yeah.
Moral support.
Come on, join us.
You better.
Why? I don't have any input.
Sounds good.
I can say, what, it won't make a difference.
I appreciate that. Thank you. I'll give you a call tonight. Okay.
I think what we'll do is just go right straight into the budget.
Yeah, we just,
On the budget and
wanted to meet. We usually try to meet with the commissioners before the spray season gets going because the weed board's busy, the weed board members are busy. So it's easier for us to have our discussions now. And then also we've just been doing some planning for the season as far as hiring too and making those decisions for the year. So this is our rough draft, confusing budget. So the top part is a great variety of options for hiring. Our intent, we would like to have Travis plus 2 helpers this summer, as we usually do. We are right now interviewing Montana Conservation Corps. We do have fellow and intern options. The fellow positions go into October. The intern options go into the middle of August. And so we're looking at both of those. We also advertised for a temporary person for the summer, like locally, that people could apply to. So we do have 2 of those applications that we're reviewing also. So now it's just to make the decision. So we're hopeful that we'll be able to get two people for the summer. The late season temporary that is listed there is just in the event we hire 2 interns, they're done by the middle of August. And so in the past, we have hired somebody for that August through September, the last couple of months, so that we could have a full spray season. So just those would be the options. So there isn't a hard total here because we're looking at a variety of different things. We'll know that once we get to hiring possibilities. The other thing that we talked a little bit about, so the first scenario would be just like what the county recommended increase was for salaries. And then we did look a little bit at, Mako has a salary survey report, what other weed coordinators make. Travis had brought that to the board last year too, and then comparing with other comparable positions in the county. So when we started, when we first hired for a full-time year-round weed coordinator, we were kind of middle of where the road department was with that salary, and we have since dropped behind that now. So if we were to approach an adjustment on that, what would that cost us? So that's the salary options that we're looking at here, that we're considering for this season. So the totals at the bottom of that top portion would be like the less expensive likely scenario, and then the more expensive scenario that would be expected. So just so that we could have a comparison of numbers on what the difference would be. And the rest of the county budget is essentially the same. The thing that is different, BLM last year did not have any new funds for us. So we were operating on leftover funds from the previous year for last spray season, which got us through most all the spraying. There was just a few $1,000s that weren't covered that will have to come out of this next one. And just today, we did get confirmation that we will have a new funding allocation from BLM. They didn't have their budgets for all this time. So we didn't, but it was 50,000. So we have been getting 65,000 annually. And like I said, we've already dipped into that 50,000 with last year's expenses. So, but it should be sufficient for us to get through our season, but we're not going to have a season and a half buffer like we typically have had. Or if we had a really productive season, we've always had enough money to cover. If we had private contractors that were able to come in and do extra work, that we're going to have to be a little more cautious about watching what our balances are. But we're happy we have funding because 0 wasn't a very great number for us to work from. So
A little tough to get anything done.
yeah. Yeah, so that was good news that we were able to do that. And then, so that number, so last year we had $65,000. And so part of that is pass-through funds. So that makes our total budget a little bit less because those pass-through funds are less because our BLM budget's smaller. The other pieces are Hound's Tongue grant. We have a grant that there's also pass-through funds there. Last year there was about 12,000. We just got approved for a new grant and that one's about 10,000. So that's also a little bit less, but that's all pass-through funds that are coming here. So the contractors get paid. Half of it's paid for by the grant, the other half is paid for by the producers. So that money just passes through, but it's in our total budget number.
Numbers.
But otherwise we didn't change anything else. So you can see like what we had in those line items last fiscal year compared to this fiscal year. But that's the reason it looks like it's so much less. It's not the actual expenses that are less, it's the pass-through funds that are less. And then the other question that we had was, we've talked a little bit, I know Christine and the rest of you commissioners have pursued the idea of like putting a bathroom in out at the shop, at the weed shop. Is that something that we budget for here, you know, or do we need to look at that from somewhere else if we want
Well,
to
we
make sure that happens?
kind of lost our funding. It went a different direction. We're on hold again.
So that's something if we wanted to do, we'd have to start budgeting for some savings to do that. I think we can use the special county grant funds for that too. We're currently saving for a pickup, but once we get that accomplished, we can shift some of those funds over too. Because we use that money to build the office.
Do we get any, bids on doing that? And if so, how much was it? So we
Just when Dwight or Tanner looked it over, he didn't give us a hard quote, but it was about 85, I think.
8,500.
Yeah.
Well,
Is that
12 now.
More than likely.
I guess I brought it up and we're hiring these interns and young ladies to come work for us. And I feel really bad making them use the outhouse. Not very professional business. Don't have facilities.
Yeah. Don't ask me, I use one.
I guess any questions on the budget, you know, update on a couple other things that we're talking about.
Are we going to be able to get a fellow instead of 2 interns?
We just interviewed a fellow just before we came in here and we decided to put in we'd like to hire her, but they've got to accept. So we're hopeful. But we've had 3 decline, like they just found other jobs before we even got to an interview. And then 2 I haven't heard back from when we've requested interviews. So we've got to request a new pool of that too. So it'll be a bit here while we next few weeks while we work through that.
Having somebody be able to work until into October is so much.
It is nice.
better than-
Yeah. And we did have that last year and it was really nice to have that.
I admit it's a good thing to hire interns, but the time frame just doesn't work.
Yeah.
Well, they were starting the first part of June, and now this year they're gonna be here in the middle of May, so by the way.
Oh,
Get
we
on
could
the house
probably
pump.
start tomorrow. I got crusted wheatgrass in the yard
Well, along the river, the spurge is up about 3 inches.
already.
Warm.
No, we won't have sheep ready for another 2 months.
No, we're still lambing.
They just started.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Or should be bruised. Yeah.
So speaking of that, equipment wise, we've had some repairs done on the pickup and the trailers currently at Get Her Done to have some repairs done on it, but Travis has got, I think, everything. I don't know if you want to give an update on what's ready to go for the season. What we've got.
Are all ready to be calibrated and go. The truck will be pretty much done tomorrow. And I'm just waiting on Get Her Done to finish, to even start on my trailer. So I can change a tank on it that's several years old.
Getting crackled, is it?
Well, and the cradle for it's all rusted. And I really don't wanna have 250 gallons all over the place.
Isn't there someplace we can store that so it doesn't get exposed off, or is that?
Well, it is, it's just 20 some years old. It's just old.
Yeah, it sits in the shop during the off hours out in the field, but it's just the fact that it was new in the mid-90s. So for a tank, it's had its use.
And that was one thing we just talked about too, since we do have backup tanks, so we don't need to keep that tank as a backup. We didn't know if the county would have a use for it just as a water tender. I mean, it's something we don't figure that there's much value in as far as putting it on bids for somebody to last. It's probably got a limited lifespan, but it would be workable for water. And as far as we know, it's only ever had water in it. It's not had chemical in it, so it's just been a water
I would
tender.
suggest talking to Dwight.
I would say more like road department as far as rather than a fire truck. I don't think you'd want to have it on a emergency response rig, but if you wanted extra water
Extra water.
just for whatever projects you're on.
Talk to Todd. Don't you think? Seeing if Todd or Dwight could put it to use.
If not, like like I said, I don't think there's much
Yeah.
value in it, but
Look at it. But it's just gonna cause problems.
Yeah, we don't
Yeah.
want to add problems.
yeah.
No. But if they're welding on cattle guards out there when it's dry, at least
Oh,
they have
fire
some kind of water for a while. What's that?
Firefighting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have him look at it and see if it's something they can use.
What's
You
that?
shaking your head.
I just use it for anything, I mean. It's still a tank, still holds water. Someone will have a use for it somewhere.
So water basically, no, if it
And then if it breaks,
grows and breaks away, it's just water.
yeah.
Right.
How big of a tank is it? How many gallon? 250?
200.
The ones on my trailer, yeah, they're classed as 200, but I can get 250 in each one.
It's fine what road you're driving on.
Well, yeah, but I need the water.
Just watch the corners.
You're
Uh,
on a BLM road, it's a little risky.
highway spraying, we have a contract with the highway department. We did revise our agreement a little, this year. There's been some turnover with our neighboring counties and weed coordinators and, the board and the state and the other counties felt like maybe it would make sense to go from the Bad Route, rest area to Diamond Ring. So it does go into those counties a little bit, but it's makes more sense to turn around in those spots rather than just driving through the ditch at the county line to go back the other way.
If the emergency-
And also notice the weed problems that affect our portion of the road, that pushes those back a little bit. And so then our agreement with the state would cover for that. We did put in the caveat that like spraying those weeds outside the county shouldn't take precedence for work done in the county. But quite often the roads are being done when it's not suitable to be out in the range somewhere, but you can do the spraying on highways, so.
It doesn't add very many miles.
No.
does it?
No.
I think it's a mile both ways in there, some before.
Yeah, I think 2.5 or 3 going from county line to Diamond Ring. It's like a mile from county line.
Yeah, over
Back
here.
out.
And we do the old highway also, especially going out to Diamond Ring, so I'm sure there's probably times you've had to take that loop to get turned around anyway, so to get to the other highway you need to get at, so. But, and the highway department has also been good. Our typical contract's $3,000. If there are counties that don't get their work done, they quite often have offered it to Prairie County if we had time to do more work. So there's been a number of years we've been, and all that spraying takes place in Prairie County, but we've been
Yeah, I
able,
used to get an extra 2,000.
yeah, benefit from that because we are able to get ours done. We already talked about the BLM contract. The other new opportunity with BLM is they had some money that could only be used to purchase chemical. They couldn't use it to hire anybody. So BLM has an inventory of chemical that can be used on BLM land. So Travis has put in a request for some of that chemical. So when we have producers that do their own spraying at BLM, then that's money that doesn't have to come through our budget. They can come and pick up the chemical directly and we'll just have a sheet, inventory sheet that we keep track of for that, so.
Have you got enough space to keep it separate?
Yep, I made it.
Yeah. And Brenda said in Custer County, they just wrote BLM on the jugs. So then even if the jugs were close, she knew this was BLM poured on and this was poured on. That was regular for sale. So now currently when somebody picks up chemical, Travis just marks it on a sheet that it's for BLM. And then we charge that to BLM as opposed to billing
We've got
the
an
landowner.
inventory
So
system.
now we'll just have a sign up sheet just for those that will be able to report the inventory that we sent out, but we don't have to bill for it. So that will be a savings in our budget. I think that will work well too. And then we were hoping it was about a 3-year supply,
Yeah,
correct? That
I
you,
figured that's about a 3-year supply.
is what we put the request in for.
Have to keep pretty good track of it on there at the end of it.
Well, yeah, I'll have to keep records on it and whatnot, and then, doesn't the landowner have to submit records into your office?
Yeah.
In order for it to be charged?
Yeah, on our cost share form, we just ask for sections that was applied on.
Yeah, I'm not worried about Charlotte's paperwork. I'm worried more about the.
It's no different than what they have to do now.
Okay,
It's just we have to bill for it, so it's actually less.
It's just that we have to buy this extra chemical, BLM's already purchased it and is giving it to us. So that way we can pass it on to our landowners and it saves them money and it's saved on our budget.
good.
And how much product is there? Do you even know what is there?
What I asked Brenda, about 100 gallons worth of various chemicals. It's roughly close to $6,000 worth. That we don't have to pay for.
Yeah.
And
So that's above and beyond the 50,000 that we're
Yeah.
getting, so that helps too.
That helps.
it's chemical you currently are using?
Yes. Yeah, it's the Escort, Cordon, 240, Milestone. Stuff like that. And there's some others that we've never had since I've been here. So I didn't ask for that, obviously, but just the stuff that I know my landowners are coming and picking out. But I requested a 3-year supply of it and I just haven't heard back from Brenda yet. So. But she was gonna check, see if she had that much. And she thought she did, but she was gonna let me know and she hasn't yet, so. I'll probably reach out to her tomorrow and see if she's checked on it.
We were successful with a renewal of our Houndstong project grant. So there's 9 townships in northern Prairie County that covers. And so Houndstong, Canada thistle, knapweeds, and burdock are the chemicals you can spray because they're typically found together in those creeks where Houndstong are. So that is good that provides cost share. So what that amounts for the county is that we're using grant cost share as opposed to our county funds for cost share. So it just helps our county cost share dollars go further when we can do that. So
Okay.
I think that's all the main things. Like I said, we're in the process of interviewing for positions to get those positions filled for the summer, and then we're still under consideration on the
Have you had much
Budgets.
interest?
we do have a couple of applicants that were local. And then we had 3 interns and 3 fellow applicants initially to look at. And so we're gonna request another round of the intern and fellows to make up for the ones that have dropped out. So that's actually been pretty good. Some years we don't have any.
Two locals. I think the board's in agreement with me. I don't know one person, but the other one worked to fill in that August to October area. We hired her. Big mistake. She would sit more in the truck and everything else because it was 70 degrees and too hot.
Right now, the Montana Conservation Corps candidates are more competitive candidates. than
Yeah, I
our
think we
local
do better
applications.
off with them.
The core?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Good luck.
we'll need it.
The one we talked to today worked in Miles City and for Conservation District and very aware of the surroundings of
Yeah.
Montana. And I think she'd do.
Cross your fingers. I'm gonna email when I'm done with you guys.
So this is better paying or something than what she had, or that job's not available anymore? Why?
It's a summer by summer with the conservation corps.
So it's just a different experience. The other thing is you can get an education award,
Oh,
part of it too.
yeah.
And so as a college student, it's a,
Yeah,
you worked the summer for the Montana Conservation Corps as opposed to working for the Prairie County Weed District. I mean, it's a resume builder kind of an experience. So, and then they do get statewide training, and a network that they work with there. And like this gal has worked and like led a crew, and, so they're able to get that. It's not Peace Corps, it's more domestic, that kind of a experience as well. So,
more rounded, more
Yeah.
different things
Yeah.
to experience.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
all right. Oh, the last thing I had, years ago, you asked us to do bylaws. We finally did that in December. We approved them. So here's your copy. I don't know what, I asked if there was any protocol that we needed to have, if the commissioners needed to approve those, but I did run them by Dan a couple of times as we were making revisions. So Dan had signed off on them, and that's what we approved. So.
I think I've got a draft copy of this from 2 years ago.
You probably do. There's probably some little changes, but probably not big changes. Or as you looked at multiple, sometimes we'd see language out of another version that we liked and would pull that in. But it's pretty basic. That just talks about the structure of how we do business and then how to call a meeting. And
You were also gonna do a policy? Or you did do a policy?
well, I don't know, besides this, we do have a county weed plan that we have to have approved by the state every other year. So we do have a
That
county
might be
weed
what I'm
management
thinking
plan.
about.
Yeah.
Are you gaining on your weed problem in the county, Travis?
Now, last year was a different story with Houndstone. Because we went in and sprayed it, and then we got those late rains in July. And everything grew up and it looked like we were never there. I had a few comments from landowners about that. We went in and resprayed it again, but I haven't checked it this year yet to see if it did any good. But I am gonna change the chemistry on what we're spraying on that plant. Cause it was brought to my attention last year that if we mix dicamba in with it, it's not gonna hurt the trees, but yet it's still killing the thistle and the houndstone and doing a lot better job. And one area that I was in, he showed me where the other spray crew come in with dicamba. It made a big difference. So I'm gonna add that into the mix this year. I'm doing houndstone.
Does it make the regular chemical work better, or is it?
Yeah, it's just another additive to it that,
Another mode of action.
yeah. Make it a little stronger if they're determined, so are we type of thing.
Did you see a surge in spurge last year? Cause on our farm, we had more spurge than we've had in.
You did, and that was countywide. There was some areas that I could go in there in 2-3 hours and have it all covered. Last year it took me 2 days. I mean, it's just weird.
Were they young plants, or could you tell?
Some,
Some,
but I think that late summer rain,
the July rain
that didn't help
Help
us any as
everything.
far as getting ahead.
might have grown a little more grass.
It sure grew lots of tumbleweeds for the
Yes.
countryside.
Yeah, it's always gonna be battle.
We
County roads actually look better than they have been though. We got quite a few of them covered. And they look better
I know a couple places that need treated.
than on county roads. Where's that at?
Across the cattle guard from our winter pasture into the summer pasture on the south side.
Okay. I'll make sure we get to it this year. I don't think we got that far last
I don't
year.
think so. I think that's why it was there.
I know we've made it up as far as Deer Creek. And it was
Yeah.
quite full in between Deer Creek and the main county,
Yeah.
Cabin Creek, but I don't think we went any further.
This was just before you go over the hill and the miners.
We'll make sure we get that covered this year then. What's that?
Clubhouse.
We did that one last year.
Could you?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
Very impressed.
Well, thank you, Charlotte.
Yep, and if you see anything on the bylaws, I mean, like, just like any set of bylaws, every so often you need to update those and we got provision to do that.
Make a motion on that, Todd, or just accept them?
The bylaws,
Yeah,
well, we'll ask Dan how they are and put them on the agenda, don't you think?
Yeah.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Do you have anything else, Harold or Aaron?
Unless you guys have some
Did we cover it pretty good?
Right.
thank you, Harold.
The non-tax and tax revenues staying pretty the same percentages usually is.
Yes, the non-tax revenue will go down a bit this year because we have less BLM funds. I mean, it's like $15,000 difference and then another 2,000 in that grant. That's less. So there's about 17,000 less that we'll be anticipating this year. That would have been passed through money.
And will that be?
But as far as the private spraying that we do, that revenue should all stay the same.
Is millage gonna have to, you think millage is gonna have to go up in order to compensate for the non-tax revenue loss?
No, not for that, because that is pass through money. Millage would have to go up if we recommended higher salaries. That's what would change,
Okay,
unless that's what we've got to consider, unless we can charge more.
We'll
like,
talk in July.
Yeah, revenue compensate for that, but under current circumstances, the BLM reduction, like it's equal on both sides. It's the same on expense as it is on income size. So, All right, thank you.
Thank you, Shirley. Thank you, Travis.
You bet.
Thank you, Daryl.
Decided to make the trip to town, huh?
I have a lot of things to do.
The bylaws and we'll.
Might as well check in on you guys.
We're doing good.
Make it interesting.
Get the final draft of setbacks and stuff and heights to the commission, and that's where we're going.
For statute,
And everybody kind of requested to go that way anyway.
Major changes or?
Can't. No, there can be major changes. There can be minute changes. But there can be major changes. That's been made perfectly clear by our attorneys and such say. Minor changes, okay, but
Well, then whoever's appointed can discuss it afterwards too.
yeah,
It'll be an ongoing thing, I'm sure.
you think?
We'll see what happens in all of it. Huh?
You didn't make the public hearing, did you?
I was busy calendar. Birds,
One name.
Oh,
examinations.
oh, is that right?
I'm on a tight schedule with it, yeah. It's only gonna get worse here.
Grandpa gotta approve it before you can say it.
I think it's approved.
No, he just asked me what I thought.
It's free speech in public meetings, right?
That's right, you can say anything you want in a public meeting, but you gotta be nice to us, so.
Just
No, you can
remember,
say anything in a public hearing, but there's always consequences to whatever you say, whether it's good or bad.
Just remember, you gotta go home at the end of the day.
Nobody in this community forgets anything.
Until old age and dementia take over.
It's not just old age.
Well, how things up your way?
It's going all right. It's starting to get pretty darn busy though. Yeah, that's a good thing. Busy is good. You're in the animal business.
What birds do you have?
Falcons.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
You come out to our place years and years ago,
It's been a long time. Yeah.
15 years ago,
Maybe even longer. Yeah.
maybe 20.
20. Yeah, yeah.
And you went down on we had some
Yeah.
stubble strips down on White's Creek on the Missouri side.
Yes, sir. Yep. My friend Chad Cyrus, who was from Miles City,
Yeah.
he knew Ron.
Mhm.
And so he had talked to him and yeah, we spent a bit of time up there where the Cap Rock Road hit the
Yeah. Cap Rock hits the
hits
church.
Prairie Creek. Yep. Yeah, we go up there quite a bit. A lot better than Miles City. So we wander into the pretty country. That's what got me going.
That's prime sharptail.
That's what got me coming out this direction, actually. When Chad was busy with work during the weeks, I started heading out further up Cherry Creek and across the road and up in Bad Route country. And a little greener over there, little lusher in some of the areas.
Which way?
Bad Route.
Bad route?
You know, you get up on top there where the divide is and it's just prime. It's prime up there.
They catch every cloud that goes by.
Yeah, well, I don't know that it gets a whole lot more moisture. Maybe it's a soil thing. There's not as much sagebrush up there. So the grass must be, I don't know, a little better, you know. But you can see the transition from Cherry Creek to that country, you know, when you get up on the divide there. And,
They might get a little more rain.
More moisture. less-
yeah, and maybe a little more snow that sticks too. And I assume your soil is more alkaline in a lot of areas where the sagebrush is.
Yeah, particularly the Missouri side. The
Yeah.
Missouri side's kind of a silty loam.
Yeah.
You know, the soil structure is the same 50 feet down as it is on top.
So the water just goes right.
Yeah.
Whose place are you living on?
Across from, Jeannie Smallest, we're John and Joanne, right? I'm right next to John and Joanne Roos.
Oh,
We're
okay,
13 miles up the that route.
okay.
So,
Yeah, literally right across the street from Jeannie, and then John lives, of course, off the road, John and
On the
Juliet.
other side?
He's on my side.
Okay.
Well, you built new buildings and everything there, didn't you?
What's that?
You built new buildings.
Yes, yeah, there was,
I see.
there was an old farmstead there that, who lived at Jerry, I think Jerry Simmons lived in that place or owned that place, and, Tony's lived in it. I know when Steve Thoney was working for Mike for a couple of years. They put a trailer home back in that old farmstead.
That's where they moved down to Cabin.
Yes, yes, and the funny thing is, I went, searching my maps, wanted to get in sagebrush country to chase some sage grouse. And so I know, a couple hours to the west, we get good straight sagebrush country, and I start looking at maps, and then I'm looking up the drainages and knowing, okay, they don't like the roads and where the roads end and this and that. And then I start looking at the landowners, and I see Tony, that name sounds familiar. I heard Brady Lyles talk about that name. And, is it Brandon, I think, lives in Glendive, one of the sons. But I heard that name come up, and I asked Brady, who's this, who's Pat, Stephen Pat, Tricia Thoney? And he said, oh, that's the people that used to live on your place, so
Yes.
it's a small world out here.
Cabin,
Steve was
Steve.
getting in, cow leases with Mike's dad.
Okay.
Steve, you cabin,
Pretty much.
Do it.
I'm not there taking care of it.
yeah.
You build a house out there or put a trailer out or what?
Yeah, we built a big metal barn. We live in a barn.
A house?
You would call it what you want.
That's what Brandon did.
Well, we don't have to go outside, so, my wife, when she goes to ride the horses, she walks right, our house is attached to the end, or it's part of the building, and then you walk through our garage and out into the horse arena.
Oh,
So in the bad weather, she can just go right out there, and she rides 6 days a week for 2-3 hours, and then gets to work, gets to real work.
Yeah, I think that's pure genius, cause I know, Leslie Pill married a farmer up north of Circle, and they built a huge shop. And in the corner of that, they built their home.
Uh-huh.
And, it's just what you say, when you go to work, when it's 40 below, you just walk down the steps and you're in the shop.
Yeah, you stay away,
Glenda and Chris did that too.
stay away from the snow and the wind, and, it makes life a little easier on those tough days, for sure. And then heating the place, because we have the arena itself is heated as well. And so we have a little boiler it's incredibly small. I mean, the unit stands about like a little drinking water fountain. But the boiler itself is this big, and that heats 5,000 square feet. So we heat the concrete, we keep that rock warm in the winter, so it's pretty efficient.
I got one of those little boilers in my garage,
Yeah.
But you got water?
We used to not have a garage.
It's an antifreeze type solution, glycol, yeah.
Yeah.
And
We used to not have garage, and we got a heated garage now.
you spend time in there now.
Oh, man.
Yeah, no, when you lay down and work on a vehicle or something, it's nice. And when we come in from the cold weather, you take your shoes off to get warm, to feel the heat on your feet.
What's been keeping you busy?
Nothing, I'm just, thinking about the shop house. I can remember how Pierce down here, lives on the edge of town,
Yeah,
he had a sack of sugar, and a couple other staples that he ate. And then he had a carburetor right there on the table too. So we just shoved that off the side and start working on his carburetor.
Yeah.
well, there's a Finnish carpenter in Miles City, John I. And he's got a building like you do where he put the house right in his shop.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. It saves
Is
on
he married to the
walls and
Hawkins group?
space and insulation and.
Is he married to the Hawkins group?
That's his son.
That's his son, okay.
He's a dentist.
Ah,
Yes, John I and John I. AYE.
Yeah, you just gotta figure out how to lay them out in this country where the wind blows and the snow builds up and this and that.
How do you determine whether it's the northwest or the southeast?
I've been out here enough to know that I can deal with the southeast wind, but the northwesters is what you wanna.
The
like from.
southeast ones will drown, or smother your cows every time it's,
I suppose, yeah.
northwest ones don't.
Oh. Yeah, no, but the tough winter storms come from that northwest, and so we don't even have any windows or anything on that side.
You got a shelter belt?
Further back, and I have planted some, but not,
Not enough.
I mean, maybe when I'm older, it'll be tall enough to block some wind. I thought about putting more, but, you gotta be careful with that, cause then you get the drifts building up, and so we do have horses and pastures on that side, and I prefer the snow just to keep blowing.
Self-watering.
Yeah, well, it doesn't hold, when we get those blows, the moisture doesn't stay there, it goes in the ditches. Or on the downwind side of our house,
Did you lose your snow yesterday?
yes. But it melted nice and it soaked in, so that's,
Oh, frost's been out for a couple months.
yeah, every little bit that gets in the ground.
You have enough water source with your shelter belt? Is that a brand new belt and they're growing good, or you need more water?
I hand watered them last year, so we just use our side by side go around and hand water. These are trees that don't require a lot of water. So I did, it was, what's his name, south of town here. We went to North Dakota and picked up a bunch of trees. Showed me how to plant them, so we used an auger and drilled.
George?
There you go.
George,
I've been to his place too and looked at what he's got, cause
Yeah.
he's pretty impressive.
Yeah, so I took some
Dave
direct,
George.
I took some direction
Cindy Hustler.
on planting, and he gave me some good tips.
Yeah,
So I
that's
did
what
it.
we went up there and he gave us a tour, we walked the place
Yeah.
and we wrote down the trees he suggested.
What kind of trees does he suggest?
Well, I mostly put Russian olives because they feed grouse.
Yeah, Montana.
Noxious.
Noxious.
Not to the
That's
tree.
correct. That's correct.
You can buy them in North Dakota, but you can't buy them in Montana.
I didn't buy them.
We love Russian olives because they'll just grow up out in the middle of the pasture anywhere and it's just a tree. And of course, other places they're not, but
In that country, that dry country up top, it's what feeds grouse. And
When you
those
live
shelter-
in Montana and can grow a tree, you don't care what kind it is.
yeah, those shelter belts around the ranches are what keep the grouse
Yeah,
alive out there. Yeah, I'm sure you see that on Cherry Creek.
oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got the Russian olive and they go in there all the time.
When we first
They
moved.
think they're such a petite bird, they get on those,
Yeah.
and they fall
They
down.
nip the buds off and
Fall
they eat
down in
those.
branches.
Yeah.
They're tough birds.
You hear a crash and a bang, and it's usually one of the bigger ones that fell out of the top of the tree. We had enough flock come in and make the sky dark when we first moved down there
In wintertime or
in the fall.
fall, they got in the crops. Yeah. Yeah. No, everything I do is for the birds. So if there's a plant going, I think about how it feeds birds. Although I do have jump piles, I like rabbits as well. And, so yeah, we make strategic piles of brush and, places where rabbits can dart from brush to brush and get away from coyotes and foxes.
we have a lot of restoration park here as far as cars and just different things. And rabbits can get underneath the hood and they'll chew wire.
Oh, yeah.
I have no idea why, but they'll chew wire right off the dash of the car.
Yeah.
So we gotta be careful.
They have the desire to chew. Well, on the new vehicles, one of the reasons the mice and the pack rats get up in them is they're making everything green, right? So they make the wire insulation instead of with oil now, they make it with soy products. So food. So that's just, they smell that soy product and they want to go in and chew that insulation off the wire. Yeah, I think who came up with that brilliant idea didn't live in the country.
Yeah.
Go figure. I think that can be
Several occasions.
related to several different things.
Yeah, and with all the electronics on vehicles these days, it's hard to want new vehicles just for that reason. You know, there's so many sensors and so many things that can go wrong.
12 to 1,400 sensors in your car. We looked down a gravel road for 7 minutes and on Rita's car, we had 2 sensors that were showing bad. 2 sensors are $2,200, $1,100 a piece to replace them. And it's just dust. It just says that it's, we're not gonna replace them, we're not gonna do anything. It's just.
Is that for the ABS sensor, the braking sensors?
No,
Is
it's on the bump.
that's
It
common.
tells us you're gonna hit somebody.
No, redundant.
And then I like the one that as we pull off the freeway coming home from church, it says, pull over, because it senses we've moved. It says you need to pull over, you're tired, take a rest. Well, you know, there's some,
That's going a little bit too far.
well, there's some of the stuff that gets just crazy at a point.
Are you under the gun here?
Yeah, we were questioning.
It's like a here, there. I just built the chair up where you can drag one of them back.
Cookie over there.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
This is my grandson.
Out here?
Yep, enjoying it.
Did you feed today, Robbie?
Yeah, no, yesterday,
Real peaceful.
it was tough.
Escape the city. Yeah.
We had a bunch of cattle clear up there along their fence. Man, I mean, we just about didn't get out of there.
Your cookie. Now we
It was
know.
tough. It was about 10:30. Boy, there's water run down the trail. Everything. We fed the heifers today, but nothing else. I'm gonna feed tomorrow. Sam's gotta go feed all Lonnie's cattle tomorrow. Lonnie's going somewhere. Things going to Florida. You know, we're keeping up, we're gonna have calves pretty quick. When are your heifers gonna start?
April 1. Well, there'll be some early ones. We're sorting on Friday.
I was wondering, Sam said, probably don't have to call them, call them. I heard about a couple here in bird someplace, but I can't remember where it was. It's in a high place. They look like a park.
Oh, it must be in the houses.
Yeah.
They're all over.
We were walking in practice, or the 26th of June, so we'll be getting some someday.
Yeah, I used to do 26th of June, that, yeah, it was good, yeah, 2 of March.
Oh, yeah. You're on the 21st of March. Anyhow, I bought a bunch off Tony, yeah. They're earlier than mine, I know.
Yeah.
We got them right there on.
Can't believe it's 70 degrees out.
One.
So your son, yeah, your son is living.
Your son, my young son, they go back to farm.
You better move down there and start feeding.
And it's good because we lost him. And then I'm wondering what we could do, and then Patrick called and says, hey.
The house is past you there.
Guess it was.
The house is past you, or where's he live?
Right on the same, well, he lives at the past the new house. He goes,
Still, it's only like,
The place never worked next to.
His boy.
yeah, it's his son.
Hi.
No, this is grandson, his nephew.
Stings. Stings.
Bob, you ought to get a bright light.
Yeah.
We like, it's good, he's speaking.
Everybody.
He's on. He just likes it out of his standpoint. You get into the expand it. Crowd.
Canada, thank you.
He said, is he a Bellevue?
He's in. No.
Did you feed today?
Yeah, well,
Bunch of cows up there by the.
Henry went out to feed. I don't know if he got there or not.
Well, I don't know, we didn't even freeze last night.
He gonna stick around?
Anyhow, I didn't mean to hate
the summer. Just come out to visit.
but your old pal must be living up in the school section. coming up there.
Yeah, you can get up there. Yeah.
Ours all moved to the west end, northwest end.
We're just getting.
They've been down by Frankfurt all winter.
Our cattle.
Just almost ready to be hit.
Same.
Might find out where.
About 3 days ago, they moved.
They want to all get as far away as they can, so if we have any trouble calving, we'll have to trail them home.
Stays warm like
I don't know what they're thinking.
Maybe next week.
They look good,
All the cattle.
you know, they look great.
There's one thing going on. He just.
Owen feeds better than I do.
Is he the
Huh?
mechanic?
Owen feeds better than I do.
Sam feeds better than me. He comes home on weekend. He says, could me and Rob go feeding by ourselves? And I said, sure, yeah, that's great. Heck, yeah.
You can make a
They
bid down
feed,
here.
they feed a lot better.
He's thinking about these lots of things.
Who's this guy?
Dan.
Yeah. Sounds like something.
Dan the bird.
You've been around.
Yeah. Let you a time or two.
We gotta figure out what we're gonna do if we get fire over in Clearwater. I was talking to Mile City firemen up there the other day. They said, to their knowledge, you're supposed to say 1,000 yards away from the fire.
It's a problem.
Huh?
It's a problem. You just go to do it.
Well, that's in our strike zone there, you
I
know.
mean, you just go fight the center of the kitchen, put it out.
What if it comes down and thumps you on the head?
I don't know. We can't get that lot of fire together.
Well, I know, Jesus Christ, they say 1,000 yards, that's pretty near a mile. You're supposed to stand back a mile and let the thing get really rolling.
Well, I said, go put it out.
They say it's because of the hazardous material in it. It's dangerous to you unless you have aspirators and.
Which we don't have any of
We
that.
don't have.
But they're doing a blanket deal. If it was someplace where there's trees and fire flames are getting real high. You're not talking about that. You're talking about a grass fire.
Oh, you're talking about just hazard leaves and that's across the prairie.
Get over.
Yeah, I'm coming to the Clearwater, you know,
I don't think you'd have to ask the clerk for it.
that's only 3.
Yes, yeah.
Less than that.
Well, for me, it's 30.
How do you fight a fire at 1,000 yards?
You don't, you go put it out.
Tammany, oh, my granddaughter comes to.
Because the other fire. Boy, it's struggling.
Nope. Oh, got enough dust, bro.
I guarantee my mind.
Unbelievable. What's it do?
Yeah. How did we like adding the other glass?
That's your dog, that's the post office.
Yeah.
My daughter used to put me on the end, so I'm just looking for her. She said, yes. I live with her.
Yeah, I'll go right. I haven't looked at this with her.
I'm gonna go sit with Grant. So that she can get out.
Well, I guess so. This baby is 12.
No, here's a baby.
Oh, they always want.
That's a difference.
Yes, very good. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
No matter what, we're better.
It'd be not right there. I'm going to get off job. Yeah.
She's great. She's.
Yeah.
Yesterday. Good.
There was a big.
That's what I heard.
It's either English or. And that's a good thing for us.
Well, at least I'm like getting flat footed like we did here.
Yeah, they were, could have heard a pin drop in that room for an hour. Shelley Harrington went up there.
Yeah, she was our meeting last night. She told us about it.
Yeah, you could have heard it. We went for everything. Because of the pin drop there, they were just like, they'd never heard this stuff.
Really,
They're just so good.
yeah, yeah. It was like, that's a couple of years ago.
They just keep up. They were really,
This issue.
they were, what really got me was.
We'll start the public comment. I'll make a short explanation. I'm sure I know why you're all here today, because the last best place zoning district was approved on the 2nd of this month. And at this point in time, we're going to take those recommendations, the setbacks and the height restrictions and whatever restrictions they had in the last best place. And we're going to present that to a zoning commission that they can't change dramatically. They cannot change it dramatically. They can change, maybe there's some legal issues that they have to look at. Administrative costs we have to look at. We have to look at surveys. We have to look at what we're going to do with variances, and that's what the commission is doing, and they'll present that to the commissioners. So that we're following the guidelines of the law.
But you have no zoning.
Have no zoning commission because we're waiting, we put out the invite. Did you get your invite in the mail?
But you say you can't answer to just to have a zoning commission.
Right. Shane?
Are we in public comment, Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Secretary Shane Eaton, Prairie County. Commissioners, when you passed resolution 2026-19 on January 28th, that was a resolution of intent to receive public feedback on the last best place zoning district and to set a public hearing. At that time, the commissioners, the county accepted the 100% landowners, that 100% of the landowners signed the petition.
Right.
That's in the resolution.
Sorry.
76-2101 is what is guiding the county in the type 1 zoning. Okay? Before the Board of County Commissioners determines the number of affected real property owners necessary to meet the petition requirement, so did we meet 60%?
Yes.
You then have to get the documents that we presented as petitioners. We presented the development pattern, which are the regulations, a map. At that time, before you determine if we have 60%, then you get recommendations. Before you determine if you get 60%, you get recommendations from your zoning and planning commission. By certifying that we had 100%, you then bypass the planning and zoning commission. Because you do not have to form one. You may form one. So the correct procedure would be for this commission, when the petition was presented, to hand that petition and regulations to a zoning and planning commission. You did not create one. Instead, you as a commission certified that we met the 60% threshold and set a hearing. By doing that, the zoning and planning commission looking at the regulations is moot. And when you pass resolution 2620, which was the resolution to create the district, by statute, when you create that district, you create everything. All the material that was presented to you before you determined if we had 60% passes when you create the district. So when you as a commission created the district on March 2nd, all the regulations, all the maps, everything that was presented to you before you certified it as having 6% was passed. And for whatever reason, your two resolutions kind of contradict each other. And I'm not sure if you guys caught that or if the attorney did, but it says right in here, require the zoning sought by petitioners several times. And when you go to statute 76-2101, once you determine we have over 60%, then everything that has been given to you has to be passed in a similar fashion. It bypasses the planning and zoning.
Am I incorrect in saying the 60% is just for us to address it? It's to us to address whether we're going to only accept the petition or not.
Before you determine whether you have 60%, you may take it to a planning and zoning commission. They can look at the maps, they can look at the regulations, then give you the commission recommendations and that they're 60%.
So you're saying we should put a zoning commission together prior to the petition?
Correct?
We should add one on and?
Planning and Zoning Commission and District number 1, subject to the provisions of subsection 5. Whenever the public interest or convenience may require and on petition of 60% of the affected real property owners in the proposed district, the Board of County Commissioners may create a planning and zoning district and may appoint a planning and zoning commission consisting of up to 7 members.
Yeah, and you don't have, you can do both. You as a commission, as a county, chose to do both. You passed our district and the regulations on March 2nd, and you are creating a commission, which is fine, but all the commission should be doing is coming together to set up a path for permits. If somebody wants to build a tall structure.
Permits, variances.
Correct.
Yeah, they can't get away from the intent of the regulations.
The regulations.
The guidelines that you
right. The reason everybody's here today, commissioners, is it has been presented to us that you did not pass our regulations on March 2nd. And we believe that is incorrect.
Could I just interject something for a minute? That night we had the vote. We had testimony, people speaking. And before we voted, I asked for clarification about, are we, when we're passing, we talked about the resolution, but also in this, we're talking about a petition. And the petition, plus best place, that's what I was voting on that night. And it gives the people, the names, and what was important to understand as we looked at who signed off on this, what they wanted, which is in part of this petition, was the general provisions, the creation and adoption, the authority, the purpose. It's all laid out in here. This is a document that I'm sure I voted for over the.
I think that's what everybody voted for.
Well, that's what we want to have for clarification. But
Yeah, well, our clarification is that if we decided somebody come in here and was gonna develop tomorrow, and they wanted us to put something up 250 feet, it would not happen.
what we need to do, because it's been in communication from Prairie County Attorney that the regulations were not passed on March 2nd. That has been written by Prairie County, that the regulations are not in effect. And when that came to light, everybody on this side of the table, everybody on this side of the table got really excited. Because the impression is that the district was just formed, just a map with no regulations. And to
Well, I think
Commissioner Teskey's point, the petition includes the regulations. So that's included. And so what we really want to hear from you guys here today is that the regulations submitted by the last best place zoning district were approved on March 2nd and are in effect as presented.
Well, I don't know until they get to the commission's recommendation to pass. We gotta look at the variances and stuff, don't we? Do we have to look at all that stuff?
No, what happened over at the Heritage Center, we voted to accept the petition, and to file a petition, it has to be complete. It has to have the names, and on this petition, there's 100% of the people. So they agreed to this, but also, as our folks here signed this petition, all you folks are on here, and this is, this is the zone, and this is what you said you want in the zone. And that's why, that's what the whole petition was all about, is you're creating the general provision.
And I don't think anybody's disagreeing with that.
My understanding, that's the draft document. That's
No.
not the final document.
No, this is a
The
document.
final adopted development pattern, resolutions, and other materials that govern the.
We have to have.
As required in
bylaws and stuff like
76-104
We adopted.
and 76-107 must be similar to the draft
This is what
document
was
Yeah.
adopted.
provided to the county
You can't
commission
get out of the
as
intent.
required.
Well, actually you can. She did, Commissioner Kellner just said that.
Yeah.
This commission passed that petition with the regulations.
With the draft document. It's a draft. It's not finalized.
No, you passed the zoning that night. You passed the zoning in this petition, the whole ball of wax.
The draft was presented with the petition. This commission had the opportunity prior to passing 2026-19 resolution in January to take the draft and adjust it. To take the map and adjust it. Or you could stick it to a planning commission. Just as it says it here in number 1. You chose not to, and that's fine. So since
But we're still gonna put the commission together to address some issues that haven't been addressed yet, like costs,
Correct, so,
administration,
so the
surveying.
yeah, so surveying, in our opinion, is not necessary until somebody comes and wants a permit. You're right. It would be wise to you don't have to, but it would be wise to put together a commission. And I brought this up before, you go to Dawson County or another county, copy their bylaws, make a few adjustments, costs nothing. Figure out a permit schedule, so if somebody wants to put up a 175-foot radio tower, they come get a permit, the commission figures out this is what it's gonna cost. The person that wants to put up the tower, or whatever structure it is, they do the survey to get the setback and find the lines, not the district. And what's that gonna cost for the permit? And then if there's a variance, the commission would hear the variance. So that's understandable. But everybody here wants to know and wants it to be in a motion and double certified, I would say, that the regulations presented by us, and she did not make any changes prior to the March 2nd hearing. Because you approved the district at that time.
You have to understand what the commissioners are trying to do. We're trying to make it stick, but whatever we do, we want it to make it stick.
What we don't want to have happen is this gets kicked to a commission, commissioners, okay? And then if you take the position that has come from your attorney, that the regulations are not in effect, similar regulations could mean you could change 199-foot height limit, change that 1 to a 5. Wouldn't that be similar? We're not gonna let that happen.
Have you talked to Dan? Did he say that? Is that?
I have not talked to Dan.
Okay, cause I was wondering, I don't know where all that has come from. But to me, we accepted the petition and we approved it and we put it in a resolution. And it wasn't one page. It wasn't just the people who signed it. We didn't just approve the people who signed it. We approved the petition and the petition is complete. And it has the provisions in here.
Mr. Chairman, Rob Rukoff. It was my understanding at the Cameron Gallery that night, when you guys passed 3-0, this thing here, that was passed. That had the setbacks, that had the height limits and everything on it. Now, it's also my understanding that you want to form a zoning commission after the fact, and that's fine. You probably need to form a zoning commission, but that would be for future projects coming into this county or into that zoning district. This zoning district, my knowledge, was done the night you guys voted 3-0. You're gonna form a zoning commission coming forward, so if some data center, or who the hell knows, comes in here, that would have to go through the zoning commission for approval and study with the commissioners, the 4 other people.
But statutorily, Robbie, I hate to interrupt you, but statutorily, it says when we put the zoning commission together, that it's specific in stating that 2 of the members will be within the zone, this zone. So what you're saying is it's saying in statute that the zoning commission is specifically for the last best place zoning district.
But you don't have to form one. It says you may form one. If this deal's already a done deal, you can sign off again, reiterate your decision as of March 2nd. That gets rid of the last best place zoning. Then if you want to put a zoning commission in for Prairie County, cover the whole county, for data centers, or God knows what's coming down the pipe, there's gonna be new stuff. But we want to know that the last best place zone that you voted on and we formed is where it's supposed to be. We don't want somebody coming along saying, oh, well, by golly, we got a lawyer.
So you think the commissioners would be responsible for administration and cost and?
No.
I don't think that's what he's saying, no.
If I may, what they want to do is they want to make sure that everything that they set in place in the petition, the height regulation and the setbacks will be 100% approved and voted on by you guys, so that when that commission is formed, so let's say there's 7 people, 4 people can't override you and take away everything away and then ends everything. So we want your we want your seal of approval on it and vote it in and say, nobody can change it. That's what they want.
What this document is, it's the full petition. We adopted the zone. Now what happens when you look at zoning, we can go back and form a commission. Are you gonna need a variance? If somebody wanna build, say, a communication tower, and it's gonna be 350 feet high. They can come back and petition, and in that application, they pay for the surveying, they pay for any cost, the county's not gonna incur any cost over this, because that'd be in the form of permit.
Right,
Right, we want, this should be the place to start.
yes.
And we can add to it, we can add fees for variances, we can add survey fees for the developer to, just like any other developer doing a development would have to incur. And if the county, it would probably be prudent for the county to have some of that in writing. But that doesn't negate what was passed here, it's in addition to. And so, or just our concern is that we submitted a petition. There was a draft initially, it was approved, it's final. And if we need to add language for variances or procedures, I think that's fine. But we want to know that this is the place where we're starting. And
This is where we're starting.
that's what's approved.
Because the draft can be edited and changed, and you don't want that. Then none of these people want that.
Well, it can be edited and changed at the commissioner's desk too. So,
Right, but they don't want the
I mean,
height.
we just want more people within the zone to be looking at this.
They don't want the height change, and they want the setbacks where they want that. That's what they want to guarantee.
Okay.
Commissioner, I think Mr. Pike and, Ms. Mainwright both have, great points. But in number 5, it says before the commissioner determine the percentage of property owners, you have the draft documents given to you and recommendations from the zoning and planning commission. You didn't do that because you didn't need to. It was 100%. There was nothing to change.
We
Nobody
didn't
had,
have a zone to look at.
that's why you sent it to a commission. And so
We
when
didn't have a commission.
that's fine. And so when you pass 26-19, setting the hearing, you then accepted that we had 60%. So when you then on 26-20, which was the March 2nd hearing, that you passed 3-0, that passed everything, as Mr. Teskey's pointed out twice. It passed the map, the regulations. Now, the zoning commission, as Mr. Pike brought up, Mr. Rukoff, can look at that and make changes whenever they want. But the ones we have passed are in effect.
I think
That's what we want to hear.
we're talking,
So what happens in the zoning commission is, let's just say that what the commissioners want to do happens, and we take it and put it to a zoning commission. That zoning commission is just a recommendation back to the 3 commissioners.
On what?
On the zoning, on anything. And if they come back to the commissioners who already voted to accept the draft, they're not gonna accept anything that's out of order.
I think you're incorrect, Mr. Chairman. I'd urge you to get 26-19 resolution and 26-20. Resolution 26-19, the one you passed in January. You approved the draft then when you approved that we met the 60% threshold. At that point, you approved all
We
draft
approved
documents
that the signatures and the ownership and everything was hunky-dory.
and the petition. And so when 26-20, you voted in the petition
Correct,
and the regulations and the map.
not the regulation.
Absolutely you did. And if that's your position today, that's where you guys need to
Please.
change it.
That's a great minutes.
You absolutely voted it in because you had an opportunity before you finalized it. Before you finalized it, you had a time to change it. You did not. When you pass it on the 2nd, that was final.
Yeah, well, we're just trying to make this stick, guys.
So,
We are too.
so we want this as a starting. This is
for this commission.
past.
My,
We want to know.
when I ask my question, are we approving the zoning petition? This is the petition, and it has the
Regulation.
it has the regulations in it. Now, when I looked at Park County, on their zoning, after they had zoning, then they appoint a zoning commission that governs the district. The Park County commissioners consist of 3 commissioners, the clerk, and 2 citizens from the zoning district. So they have 6 people on theirs.
Should have 7.
So they can have,
Says-
No,
they can have up to,
They,
No, it says
Up
county
to.
official, not elected, county official.
County.
Or county official.
and up to 7.
well, I'm just reading what Park County has. We can do whatever we want on these things. But the basic thing is, we have a petition that we've adopted. And that's the question, and we need to have a vote to say, yes, this is the petition, this is it. We can have a commission, and if they need to pick through this thing or clarify things or those, or we need to have a variance of some kind because of the project, that's what the commission is for. This is, to me, in my mind, we've already approved this. This is a done deal.
So make a motion to clarify.
I would make a motion that the vote we had at the March 2nd, that we adopted the last best place zoning district. And with that zoning district, we approved the general provisions, the title, the creation and the adoption of the regulations for that zone.
I will second it.
Thank you. Because then there's no question about it.
Just a minute, discussion. Discussion. Christine, you got anything?
You don't want to hear one.
We do want to hear what you have to say. That's why we elected you. Please tell us what you're thinking.
Discussion for them.
See no more discussion. I'll call for a vote. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign.
Aye.
We're trying to make this stick, guys.
You can still discuss variances, you can still bring up fees, you can do all those things in resolutions.
Still trouble. I'll make it stick. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Measure twice, cut once.
Can I ask that question? When you're enforcing and you're doing regulations, which is what your zoning commission is, correct? I just am wondering myself for clarification. Where does someone go if you don't have your zoning commission form or you don't have, you're saying permits and that? And if they were supposed to form that before accepting, my question to you is, who do they go to? If there is someone that wants to build.
Same place they started.
We
Or
are
anything
currently forming a commission. We currently are.
But we're saying that we're saying that you adopted regulations. That these are adopted as is. So we don't have that commission formed yet, so what if something happens?
This is what you have.
I think
If somebody wants to do so, wait a minute. Now, if somebody wants to do something in this zoning district, you already have it. There's your regulation.
But it
Now-
also says
now
that
when
they
we
can
put-
submit a petition
No,
or a permit, excuse me.
you have this. Now, if somebody wants to go outside that, they will have, if they want to go outside this,
It does say in there that they can get a permit. Who are they going to?
that's what we're forming.
Okay, so
It's,
may I,
Yeah.
without the commission, they would have to go to the commissioners.
Okay.
So we want the
that was my
commission
only
formed.
question. I wanted clarification because you know what office they're in.
Until the commission is, until the
I
commission is
just wanted
formed,
clarification.
until the commission is formed, the commissioners would be responsible for the questions and answers.
Okay.
The commission would be formed to bring in more knowledge to the table.
Thank you.
That's the intent of the commission.
I do have a question as far as the commission goes. I read the letter that my folks got from the commissioners. And it listed the 3 commissioners, clerk and recorder's office, because we don't have a surveyor. And then a second elected official, and then 2 people from the district. The second elected official is not in a state statute. It's a county official. So we established this zoning district on the grounds of health, safety, and welfare. I would suggest, and I'd really like to see it, that we have someone from our public health department. I mean, that's what the district is for, is health. It doesn't have to be an elected official,
That's correct.
so. The letter was slightly incorrect, but I think we can overcome that.
Okay, any more comments?
Not on this topic. I'm done.
We can talk about birds.
I wish. You may not
Go
like,
ahead.
you may not like this topic either, Dan, thank you. I'm just wondering what the status is of this county lawsuit against, Shane and Tylee Eaton. And do we have a budget for it from the county perspective? And why are we continuing with it?
Continuing because an ordinance cannot be used for land use. Can't.
So let's talk about the money. Is there a budget for it?
Can I ask a question in the Ranger review, part 7, front page, type 2 zoning height limits measured, certified by Dawson County ballot. So we're told in our county, you can't do height in zoning, but in Dawson County, they're doing
Time out,
zoning.
but that's after the zone is formed under type 2. After the zone is formed, you can go with a countywide vote.
So we've already formed zone 1. So now we should be able to just withdraw our lawsuit against Mr. Eaton and his family. Because, and this should hit the ballot because we are a zone now. Doesn't that make sense or am I missing something?
I could give someone an update. So my name is Rick Holden. So the Southwest zoning district in the southwest corner of Dawson County, we put a zoning district together, had 71% of the landowners wanted it. And then when we took that to the county commissioners, they just denied it. They didn't have a hearing, they didn't put it on the agenda, they had no public comment, they just flat denied it. So then our zoning district filed a lawsuit against the county commissioners in Dawson County for not doing any of that. I mean, they did none of the public hearings, nothing. And that case was moved to Scobie. Same as your case, moved to Scobie to Judge Foslin. So he was going to hear both cases. But what happened, which I think is important for you here, is when the people went together and made a petition in Dawson County and moved it onto the ballot, right? The people are going to decide this in Dawson County. We withdrew the case. We withdrew it and we told Judge Foslin the reason we're withdrawing it is because the people are going to decide this issue. If you want to sue, the time to sue is after you decide, you see what the people are going to do. So we withdrew our petition, our lawsuit against the county. And so now it's just going to be a pure up and down vote. And we're going to let the people decide it. It seems to me like for Prairie County, save your money, save your anguish, let the people vote. And then if you don't like how it all came out in the mill, file your lawsuits and say it was incorrect. But I think you're putting the cart before the horse because your people want to vote on it. Let them vote on it and then let the lawsuits fly as you might think they need to. But that's what we did in Dawson.
And my concern is we're spending county money to discuss a constitutional issue that really doesn't impact the people in any way of this county when they should just vote on it and say, and make a choice one way or another. And then those who may be opposed to it, they can initiate the lawsuit. The county initiating this lawsuit, I think, was a mistake because it puts the county on the hook for all the legal fees for all parties. And that to me is a big mistake. As Rick has mentioned,
so we don't want,
if there are people that oppose this process that happens in the
with a vote, let them sue.
We didn't want Dawson County taxpayers to be on the hook.
I understand.
Suing, especially when it's going on the ballot, right? So that's what we said. That's what we said as a group. We do not want the Dawson County taxpayers, by way of the commissioners, to have to hire attorneys and do all this suing thing. We'll just withdraw and vote. And that, I think that really makes sense for you. I really do.
Aaron,
Mr. Gusty, I would recommend you and the other two commissioners as well, read the response from Mr. Eaton's attorney regarding this lawsuit. It will give you all the clarification you need as to why you should and can drop the lawsuit. Thank you.
Mr. Commissioner, I would like to demand that Mr. Rice explain why he is still on the felony case for Mr. Isaac, his death, and why he has to sit on it if Austin Knudsen from the state is going to be, taking over.
Yes.
If he is not necessary on that case, then I would like to ask from myself that he is removed as county attorney because he is fraudulently our county attorney. It's wasting our taxpayer money, and he should recuse himself from that case based on the merits of his fraud and his knowledge of the fraud.
want to address that?
If he has nothing really intrinsic value on Isaac's murder case, then he needs to recuse himself from the case, let Knudsen's office and his lawyers and his team deal with it because it's already at the state level, and he needs to walk away and he needs to recuse himself, and then you need to fire him as our county attorney. I'm sorry, he has wasted over $1 million of this county's, and I came in 2021, and I didn't know anything about this until this was brought up, last year. I did have no clue, and it ticks me off to know that somebody fraudulently was elected on fraudulent and false everything, and if integrity does not start with our elected leaders, where does it start? That's all.
This is not with that, but I'd like to know why you guys can't withdraw your lawsuit against Shane and Tylene. Yeah,
Right.
why can't you just withdraw?
It was a request of Shane's attorney to get a judicial decision. We said, okay. So I understand.
But to begin with, it seems silly to be suing our own citizens in this county.
Mr. Chairman, if I may correct you on that, I've seen an email from Mr. Dan Rice saying that he was going to take the recommendation to the county commissioners to take this to district court.
So he's throwing you guys under the bus.
That is where the lawsuit was started.
You have the power to end it.
We had a vote 2-1 to hire Tara as, the attorney. So I think we did initiate it as commissioner.
We had a vote 5-0 in our committee to withdraw our lawsuit against Dawson County. We had a good case. But we decided it's better to let the people vote on it and rather than push the issue. So you should have a 3-0 vote and just withdraw this thing, the lawsuit, and let the people vote. You'll know if you're right or wrong. They'll tell you.
Let those who feel they might be affected by it take up a lawsuit as opposed to the county. Where the county is open for endless budget. You can't set a budget for this because his attorney fees, you added Nextera's attorney's fees, and let them
Rick, you're saying trust the vote, trust the people.
Oh, absolutely. They're the ones that started the petition and got the signatures to begin with. It'll all work out.
You guys trust us to vote you in the position you're in.
I make a motion to withdraw the lawsuit against
Thank you.
Jamie. Yeah.
There's been a motion. I'm looking for a second.
I would like more time for discovery.
Motion dies for lack of second.
Thank you, Jens.
How much more time would you want? Mrs. Kelman? How much more time? You guys gave them the first zoning district, you said they had to come up with so many people within a certain timeline. They did that. They came here and they presented it and it was killed. So how much time do you need? We will give you that time, but it can't be so long that it, like slips under the rug. We gotta have a what you call it, so that you guys can make your decision to find that discovery.
I'm gonna make a comment. Talking about the zoning and all this matter. We've been working at this with you folks for over 2.5 years. Over in Prairie, or Macomb County, it took 8 months. And it was done. And so just prolonging, we have to think about it. Well, we better have a meeting. Well, let's have a town hall. Well, let's talk to the people. No, then let's do this. Well, we're tired of it. For God's sakes, what do you need to know about? Mrs. Kellner, what do you need? What do you have to think about?
I would like to know the ramifications of stopping it or continuing it. I'd like to talk to the lawyer if I may.
How much time do you need to do that?
Couple days.
And how much will it cost to talk to the attorney to find out if you can drop the case? How much are we in for, Christie? Do you have any idea how much money's been spent on this already?
About 5,000.
If we're lucky,
It's about just under 6.
okay, and then you've got Shane's attorney that you will probably end up paying also. We could be in to 15,000 on this so fast, guys, and it's silly.
Wait till next era sends the bill.
Yeah, and don't forget about next era, you're gonna
That's the
get there
risk.
too. It'll be about 20 by then. There's 1,100 people in this county. How can we finance all of this? When you have people, all you have to do is withdraw. Take a breath, say, okay, maybe I made a little mistake. Maybe this shouldn't have happened. But prolonging it, oh, not good. Not good.
And let somebody else bring the case. They can be on the hook for the lawyer bills.
When's the next commissioner meeting?
April 6th,
April 1st.
April 1st.
April 1st. Okay, so you guys, unless we have a special committee meeting, would April 1st work for this purpose, for them to get their discovery and her to talk to the lawyer and blah, 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 and then they can make a decision and go forward? Is April 1st a good deadline or is that too late?
You're not gonna dictate what we're putting.
No, I'm asking the people. I'm
Yeah,
asking
but
people.
you're not gonna dictate to us either.
But if you need time, and we've already spent so much time on it, how much more time do you need? Another 2.5 years? That's ridiculous. That's a lot of money, and people are concerned. How much time, how much more money of our money are you gonna spend and punish the people for filing their constitutional rights to have a ballot? You can't do that. That's against the law, federal law. You can't punish us because we wanna vote.
Well, so what I'm hearing is Christine is asking for 2 days to get a hold of the attorney and work through what she needs to work through. You should be able to make a decision within, after the 2 days of talking to the attorney. You can hold a special meeting. Just call a special meeting and either decide to withdraw the case after you talk to your attorney or proceed with suing, your constituents.
So you're saying Friday afternoon, just have a special meeting and.
Or
You could.
whenever.
You could, but
I mean, I was willing to go April 1st, give you that much time.
No.
But people don't want that. They said, this is enough. This is enough money. This is enough time. So make a decision when you think your deadline for your discovery should be, and we will abide by it. We'll come back for a special meeting or in the next commissioner meeting on April 1st. And then you make the decision based on your discovery and based on what you talked to the lawyer about. That's only fair for both sides.
Kate Hopper, Mr. Chairman, I just have to agree with what they're saying here, reiterating. I love the fact that Dennis Teskey just offered to motion to withdraw. And I understand Christine's concern, maybe she's concerned about backlash.
Legal liability.
I don't anticipate, maybe Shane can clarify that there would be backlash. I mean, why draw it out any further? It's taxpayer dollars and it seems like the majority of the people don't want it. I agree with Mr. Teskey's motion to just withdraw, just be done with it. Why call a special meeting? Why not just do it today? But I don't know, like you guys know all the details. I haven't paid close enough attention, but it seems like Shane is willing. If you guys are willing. Let's call it good.
Hey, to follow up what you said, and what Rick has just stated is, as these things progress, and we see it in our Congress, when bills are passed, they're passed first, and then if people are injured or feel they're injured, then you bring lawsuit after the fact, but not before, not to stop it.
He does.
But
You and I agree, and if, you and I are both believers. Bible says, do whatever you can to stay out of lawsuits. Do whatever you can, to stay, and I'm, if you can, if at all possible, withdraw this. Make amends with Shane make amends with you guys, let's all make amends. It's a bad moment, let's move on. The Northsiders want this, just move on, the majority, not all of them, it's never all. Let's just move on and wipe the slate clean and start over. Move in the right direction.
I'm not gonna be,
If you can.
I'm not trying to be like
No,
an interferer, but legally, if you're talking legally, I don't believe you could do a motion to do that. I think we would have to have a special meeting in order for it to stick correctly.
Or I'll
Under
put it
the
on.
statute, this was not on the agenda as an agenda,
Keep it on
item,
here.
having a discussion. So I believe if you look at statute, they could get in trouble for that. So I believe that they would have to do a special meeting if they were gonna do a motion to withdraw. Just sharing that. I don't think they could correctly do a motion right now today because this was not a
On the agenda,
topic on the agenda.
Right.
no decision to be made.
So no decision could be made today.
but as the people, just speaking from my perspective, I think we all appreciate Mr. Teskey's willingness to just withdraw this thing and move on. It just exhausts it. Move in a different direction.
We're talking two different issues here. The ordinance that was presented by Shane,
I was talking about the lawsuit. That's what I'm talking about.
that's a countywide deal.
Okay.
Whereas you have the last best place, which is a zoning area in the northern part of Prairie County, two different things. That's just some clarification. Right, Shane?
How many hours do we need to set up a special meeting?
You gotta do the 24-hour notice.
So Friday would work?
48.
Or 48, sorry, my brain.
Friday would work?
Not including weekends,
No, it can include weekends.
can it?
It can. It's not, it doesn't say anything about business days.
So Friday would work?
If you add, or, yeah, what is today? Yes, depending upon the time that you.
You guys make it on Saturdays?
I can make it on Friday. I don't know what I'm doing. My wife might beat me, but I can be here.
You know what you're doing now.
What day?
Friday the 20th.
I'll be gone.
That is Monday.
This Friday, that's the 20th.
Yeah, so next week, we just this, we just had a discussion this morning to share with everybody. We have auditors here next week, and for whatever reason, I got full of court too. So when we have auditors here, we don't have the space. So they're having to cancel their meeting next week. That's why it's not till the first. We can't get it in on any day. And sorry, but I have to have the courtroom when I have court, even if it might be for 15 minutes. So, and we have to put the auditors in the commissioner's room.
Think we could meet somewhere else.
You could possibly do that. Just here is not available.
So you could pass a resolution to suspend the lawyer, so that the legal fees don't be racking up while this is being decided.
That still couldn't be done.
It's still
Right
gonna be
now.
done today.
It's not an action
It's
item.
not an action item.
Didn't you say this meeting's be on Saturday or Sunday?
They can choose to have a special meeting whenever they want to have a special.
Just do it
meeting.
Saturday.
Saturday,
Let's get it done Saturday.
get her done.
Are you here Saturday?
We're mostly branchers, we work 24 hours a day.
Yes.
Would that work?
I'll do it. You pick the end on here.
Saturday.
I would like to play a devil's advocate here on behalf of what Christine was talking about, being able to talk to a lawyer. What if the lawyer is not available these next couple of days until, next week? So I'm just playing, trying to be fair for everybody. If Saturday doesn't work, what's the alternative? Next week, you can't because of everything's going on. And Sunday's available. I go to church. I want to be here. So, but anyway,
Why don't we find out if we can get, you know what, I hate to go down the road you're going down with this.
right,
Let's just plan on Saturday and Christine will get information in the next 2 days.
okay,
Let's just do that.
okay. Tell them that you're pressed and you have to know. We're screwing some presses.
Saturday at 1.
Perfect. I have my phone, but I'll be here.
Can you put a couple of notices up around town?
Sure. You said 1 PM?
Yes.
Any more comment?
I'd like to thank the commission for dealing with these issues and putting the time in on these issues, listening to the community. I think this community may not realize how important that is and how that doesn't happen in a lot of places. So thank you.
It's an honor to serve citizens. And it's an honor that we come together as a people. And we live in a world of trouble. And finding that way, come together and join our lives together because we're our neighbors, we're community. And that's important. That's life's reality. The world tries to tear us apart, but let us bring ourselves together and find a way through our problem.
Yeah. And that would be the first step with dropping this lawsuit because we can't go forward. So many people are behind the Edens and against this whole thing. And that's just gonna cause more divide. And this is a small community. We depend on each other.
Well, Mr. Chairman, I'd make a motion that we adjourn.
Second.
Did we have something at 3:30?
That was.
You addressed it.
You covered it.
Yeah. That's what you think of. I don't think it'll make it. But then.
It's pretty important.
I can check, we have a folder, we have a binder. We have a binder, and you're welcome to. But
Well, if you're on cross, I just.
But he's also not this problem. Well, yeah. You hire somebody, but you can hire anybody. And then like when we need to go to the county attorney. You know, they was working. But the problem is we have the one doing all They pay 55%, and if you have. But it was a smoke shop. So then he So this is why after we find myself, it really, it's a long time. I know on the boys. Gary. If you just give me a chance, they deny that. They see how it's going. The Village of Wheeler in downtown was for $16 by the meeting because the village president, the village board, and it would be theirs.
She was telling me she's getting ready for
Yeah,
you.
it was much.
She was just warming up.
With a crowd of So they spent 60 million, that, we went to visit. We went to really. That town is, it's on, it's close to $6 million. I thought it was 2 million.